Though I do not pronounce Rayquaza the way. I was going to make a specific point, okay? Which was gonna agree with that. And we're live.
Well,
Hello,
hello there. It's
Hey, what up? It's finale time.
Lovely time to mention that I was to remember that I was supposed to send something to Robert beforehand. Oh well,
Mother!
He can roll with punches. He can roll with the
Excuse?
punches.
Classic.
Fine.
All right.
So welcome to our season 3 finale of Quest Soaring City: Fractured Memories. Let's just pray that Zake doesn't fuck this up for everyone.
Stop it!
No, Zake will. 100%.
What does it mean? You know that if there's a possibility of Zake fucking something up, it will happen.
I don't know.
To fuck it up.
Nunu, last session you did everything perfectly. It all ended exactly how I wanted it to.
Yeah, but how did that work out for us?
Oh, who cares about you? You're the trauma dummies here to stab knives into.
Hey,
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I did get
Let's
you
go.
that
Let's
nice.
go.
I did get you that beautiful knife set when we started this game.
Oh,
For the
Oh my
gift
God.
subs and
Games.
meltdowns. This is actually a great time for me to let
What a
everybody
segue.
know. I know that this week here at the Chromatic Chimera, we're doing a fundraiser for Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Month. 100% of proceeds from subs, cheers, bits, even merch purchases. So if you want a Chimera like t-shirt or something, proceeds are all going to be donated to the National MS Society. So it's a really, really important charity that does a lot of great work for helping in terms of research for treatments for multiple sclerosis, as well as providing resources for patients and their families. So please, if you can, support. If not, at least, just hanging out and watching us, helps get better visibility, which makes it more likely more people will come and donate. So thank you so much for coming to be here for that. And that's running all week long until through Saturday, the 27th. So,
it links under this because in the meltdowns is our lovely GM for a quest one shot that we are all 6 of us will be playing in as a party together for the first time ever tomorrow. Same time, same place, right here in Chromatic Chimera, 6:30 Eastern time. We're gonna have so much fun.
gee golly.
James, I'm so excited.
Also, we're sorry.
We're also
yeah. Actually, I'm not sorry.
Yeah, no, he knew what he was getting into.
Yeah.
He's watched this show long
This is
enough.
really your fault.
He knows.
So now we're going to jump on in. So does anyone, as just a general note, where did we leave off last time? Like, where are we?
On a rooftop.
We're in a bad place.
You're on
Both
the roof.
emotionally-
This is the bad place.
This is the bad house.
We're in the bad place.
I mean,
We're on the roof of the Palace of the Sun, on the top
We've
of the
seen some
mesa of
shit.
which the city of Shamsar is built upon. We have just infiltrated said palace for 2 objects, one of which we got back, which wasn't really an object, it was Ferris's younger brother, Camille. And the other one was a chromatic gem to attempt to prevent the Radiant from siphoning the power of the stars and using it to bend the world to his will. Now, that part didn't happen, but thanks to Zake being just the favorite hero of the group,
I mean,
Arvis, our longtime evil companion antagonist, made off with not only the chromatic gem powered with the energy of the convergence, but also the wand of Lorelei, which houses the consciousness of the progenitor of much of the shadows that plague our world. So I'm sure that'll all go great.
Thanks, Zake.
Lena's not
Thanks.
upset about that part. That part Lena's fine with.
Yeah,
Get it
yeah.
out of here.
Yeah,
Get
Make
on the
it clear,
upside,
Megan. Make it clear.
I want to make it crystal clear. Lena is on board with nobody around here having the wand.
But she's fine with all of us having it.
Yeah, I
Did not say
who
that.
wouldn't be?
I did not say that. I am fine with Zake not having it.
So we are left with a beautiful starscape, fulfilling a blazing noonday sky, because the sky is darkened as the spaces between the stars reveal themselves during this conjunction move and twist. So we pan down, standing upon this glorious mesa with a beautiful view of the sprawling city, is our intrepid band of heroes. Standing on the edge, looking out, is Ferris Munir. holding hands with Alika.
Oh, that's
And then,
nice.
Ferris, you feel someone grab your other hand. And you feel them like trying to turn over, and you look down and you see Camille having escaped from Naima holding him and is looking at your hand being like, okay, this is still here. And then he turns over to Zag and says, is your heart beating?
What? Huh?
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, east side then. Follow me this way. Oh, other side. Doctor, I'm gonna need your force field as a ramp. Come on.
Okay.
As this 9-year-old just is barking orders.
Eris looks very impressed.
Did he ask if your heart was beating?
Who knows?
So the Camille directs the doctor to put the force field down as a ramp so everyone can run off the eastern side of the Palace of the Sun. As you're starting to make your way down, the last group sees palace guards start to rise upon the other side, and shouting happens as we are now moving into a chase scene as you are traversing down through the Mesa of Shamsara. Does anyone have anything they like to do at the outset?
Yes.
It looks like you have quite the crowd following you.
Just before Faris jumps on the force field slide, which is the funnest use of force field I've ever heard in my life. Thank you. She will, with her other hand, not the one that Camille was holding, just like plant a repel sigil down like on the bit of the roof they were just standing on to prevent the guards from coming near there for a bit longer.
Delightful. That will definitely slow them down somewhat. However, as everybody makes their way down off the force field slide, because yes, Camille is still 9.
I've curved it.
Yeah, it's important.
Thank you.
For safety, as you were literally sliding down over the open air between this convergence zone, this chamber that is hanging over the mesa, down onto the upper mesa sections. It's like diagonal. It's a diagonal.
This is amazing.
Yeah,
Lena's loving it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This is
And like
great.
the slide is fully invisible for the force field, so like it just feels like you're just going.
Rose having a blast for sure.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Whee!
As you land and start making your way down the tracks around the edge of the mesa, another honestly, you're not sure if if the word battalion is correct here, but a whole crew of Solari start to come in from above, hanging down over. Anything in addition to running that you'd like to do? I'm assuming running.
Gosh.
Running feels important.
Can you describe in a little bit more detail where above are they coming from?
Okay, so you have slid.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have slid in onto like a winding path that goes around the outside of the mesa, carving its way down. And you can see some leaning down from the path above you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's
To be more
there's
clear.
definitely like a physical path that it's on their way. Wonderful. So Zeke will just like look up and just imagine the path they're walking on, like a decent amount of distance ahead of them, just crumble down and start falling, and like rocks falling or whatever it's made of, and cast Mirage.
Okay, so you're trying to bluff them into not charging after.
Yeah, or at least slowing them down.
Yeah, sounds good. You do that, and they definitely balk for a minute, but then one of them, whose eyes light up, starts to identify, it's illusion magic. Come on, we can keep going.
How many are there?
You can see poking out at this point 6.
And they're like on this like rampway.
Yeah, so like, it's like a switchback kind of structure with they're on one above.
Okay. I think
Do it.
Rose gonna be like, no, leave us alone! And I'm gonna try to cast Gale in that direction, which just essentially like knocks anything with it that I see in the area of effects like off their feet and blows them back.
I really thought you were going to say fireball. I really
too.
thought you were
I
going to
was
say
thinking about it. Ro's not quite there yet. This is, something where they're like, it probably won't kill anyone, unless they fall really far or something. So yeah, creatures inside can't see far away. When I begin the spell, the gust knocks creatures to the ground and sends them tumbling backward until they leave the area of effect. Creatures outside the gust cannot enter it unless they are larger than the area of effect. So I want to just sort of position it to try to, keep this sort of vortex of air, but between us.
What a freaking chase breaker.
Sorry.
Oh, it's grand. It's
That's
grand.
right.
I'm just like, no! And I'm gonna storm shoot this vortex of swirling air at everyone.
You send gilded armor and weapons and people clattering and rolling, and in the clatter and chaos that causes. Hello, alliteration. How you doing today? Ferris, you catch a familiar owl with blue accents and eyes, and it flies towards you, catches your eye, at least it tries to, and then whips around and directs it flies on a path that actually curves into the mesa.
Can I see where it went?
Yeah, it seems to, just basic concept, it might want you to follow it.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Faris will take note of that and try to look at the streets that they would need to follow in order to go after it as soon as they're down.
Yeah. This is along the descent.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're actually able to take this opportunity that Ro has caused, along with the delay that the sigil and the mirage all created, and the group takes a sharp turn into a tunnel into the mesa. As that's happening, a couple strong youths actually roll a big rock over the opening.
First of all, did you just say strong youths?
Yeah.
What's a
before
youth?
we can get there or after?
Youth. No, to close
The
off
youths of
behind you.
Oh, to behind.
Okay, they're on our
Okay.
side. Good. Okay.
Yeah. Standing inside this chamber and gesturing forward and already walking is a figure that Ferris and some others might recognize, Shannon.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, we're not safe yet.
Okay. Faris just looks at the others and she's like, we can trust her.
Okay.
The
Where are
owl
we going?
lands on her shoulder. Down into the Helio mines.
Oh.
Helio mine?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, obviously.
Okay.
They won't let her look for you there. You follow for about 5, 7, 10 minutes. Eventually, you wind your way through a bunch of tunnels, and as you are moving through, you see this occasional veins of this gem. It's dark, deep red, maybe slightly familiar.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
This kind of nonsense.
Would it look maybe kind of...
like that?
Yeah, I mean, so the way gemstones work is until they're cut and faceted, they don't look as bright, so it
Right.
looks much darker. But it looks like it would line up. And after
Cool,
going through
cool,
twisty,
cool.
windy paths for about 10 minutes, come upon a fairly large chamber that has been made into a living space. You see beds, tables, some places for food is prepared. There's a lot of other individuals around here, maybe a dozen, who seem to work down among the mines as well, but they don't seem surprised to see a large group of, frankly, what seem largely out of place people coming in, led by Janan. After a moment, she stops. All right. A moment's peace.
Thank you.
What is going on here?
Where exactly are we?
there a way out, or are we just here until we're not here anymore?
Definitely a way out, but it is obfuscated intentionally, so they won't be it'll be hard for them to find a way in. And more importantly, I suggest you spend some time letting the heat cool down. Right, for the next few hours at least, they'll be scouring the city looking for you. In the meantime,
And
maybe make a plan to get yourselves out. Well, make a plan. I have a suggestion, but first, I think you have some happy reunions and maybe a rest to have.
yeah. And they'll definitely not think of looking for us here, right?
They might try. They won't be able to get down to these chambers.
Okay.
I promise you that.
Thank you.
Is this your operation, or is this...
Favor from a friend, actually. That will come
Well-
up soonish, but
Huh?
so that will come up in a bit.
That's
not ominous at all.
yeah, mildly ominous.
Really omeletous.
Now I want an omelet.
At this point, Camille is holding Naima's hand and dragging her over to Ferris. Naima still her tall fight mode. So she's like 9 foot tall, taller than Ferris's spear.
Yeah.
And brought over, and Camille comes over and grabs Ferris's hand and goes, "All right, now you two, we're going to all hug now, because it's been too long, and I'm not going to hear any arguments from you, and you're not going to hear any sass from you to her. So now, go." And he kind of puts his very small, by comparison, arms around like the, thigh and knee of his two sisters, and Naima shrinks, and there's just a tiny little group hug.
Ferris waits for Naima to move in first, and then she just wraps her arms around both of them.
Aw.
Kind of kneels down so she can just hug them really tight.
Oh. Children.
Oh, no.
no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
No, no.
Did we lose Nunu?
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, now we've
Oh,
got
no.
half an is on stream, too.
Oh no! He got sent to the shadow plane. Fuck! I thought we fixed that.
You thought?
I thought wrong. I thought wrong.
Well, that's awkward.
No, he's back. There he is.
Nope,
There he
he's
is.
back. Yay!
Yay.
You okay, man? Did your heart stop beating for a second there?
Oh, no.
Yeah,
back.
what is this? I got rid of the wand. Why is my heart still failing? Matt, this is unacceptable.
I want to speak to your manager.
So I know,
Sorry
like,
about that.
I know it's a finale, so you're not used to Nat actually giving you like unstructured time, but you actually you have a little bit of time here if anyone wants to
Yeah.
have words with somebody or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I think first, after the very emotional hug, Faris would stand up, just kind of like wipe one of her eyes, and then be like, "Okay, so introductions. Everyone, this is Janan. She used to be a Solari, now she isn't. She kind of taught me.
Best student I ever had.
Made... Best teacher I ever had. So yeah. And this is Camille. And she gestures to her little brother.
He waves, and it's nice to meet you, Doctor, and you, Zake, and you, Lena, and you, Ro.
Hey! I'm glad we found you. Ferris was really
Points at
worried.
Lena and goes, how do you feel about the nickname Aunt Lena?
We can workshop it.
Okay, not the best timeline, but I'll take it.
the best time. What have they
I-
done
I'm
to
so-
you here,
can
kid?
Like,
Are you okay?
feud?
I'm good. I'm in a good mood. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah,
How
we
did
need
you
to
know
talk about
this
some things.
now?
Well, okay, so I got this sight of the sun, they call it, where I can like see potential branches in future time. It takes like some effort, but I've had a lot of time to look at this particular forest of timelines. So like, it's not my favorite. My favorite one is the one where Zake pretends to be a famous singer to talk his way out of the palace. But you know that was pretty low chances. So
That would have
this
been
is
so
pretty good.
cool.
That's very, very strange. And I mean,
Can
sure.
you sing?
I want to hear.
If I need to.
I mean, anybody can sing. Everybody has the ability to sing. It's just
Exactly.
whether or
I
not
meant well.
it's whether or not society deems it profitable. Everyone has the ability to.
No. Yeah. No, but not well. No.
Anyway, yeah, that's me.
You.
Well, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Right, so
Yeah.
if you can see, in this timeline or one of them, will we be able to get the burning banshee flower? Because I kind of really need that.
Yeah.
Yeah, seems likely. But you know,
Huh?
What?
What does that mean? What does
Okay,
that
well,
mean?
sometimes I know if I say certain things, it'll make other things more likely to happen. So I am cryptic sometimes because otherwise I wouldn't make a very good plot device. But
That makes sense.
Or actually
but-
laughs.
What is a plot device?
Camille looks at the camera, smiles.
Winks.
But let's just say that garden place is a bit of a piece of work.
Piece of work that we need to go to get the
Cool.
flower the doctor needs.
Is there any other way we can get it? Like, can someone sneak out into the city, grab some, and then we all just bamf back to Shamsara, to Valerith, or are we?
Oh,
Do we
well,
definitely
actually,
have to go to the garden?
there isn't any remaining in the city anymore,
Handy.
isn't it?
No.
So what are we gonna do?
Shannon, do you have any idea where the garden is?
Janan, who's busy kind of coordinating with some other people, turns back and goes, "What?
Do you know where the garden where they grow the banshee flower is?
Yeah, it's a kind of famous cave. But the person who runs it doesn't really like visitors.
I don't think they have a choice in this matter. It's kind of
Didn't think so.
important.
It's a few hours outside of the city.
Would you be able to lead us there?
Yeah, I could make that happen. Or I could get someone to lead you there. One or the other. But I really should impress that you probably want to spend some time here first, waiting for
Oh,
things to cool down.
Yeah, we need to wait for
Yeah.
them to not be on high alert.
How long should we wait?
Well, you could take a rest. Sleep for a few hours.
Okay.
I would like that.
Yeah, I have not slept today.
The accommodations aren't... They're a little austere, but I'm sure you've had worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She looks at Ferris and says, could we have a word?
Of course. She gives Camille just like ruffles his hair, pats him on the head.
As,
And follows
as
after
you were
she-
walking away, he's fixing his hair.
She does look back at him, looking kind of concerned, but then just follows after Janan.
Yeah, as you're walking away, his eyes start to glow like, little miniature suns. Casually, like you do when you're Camille. Is anybody have anything with the group here, or is people just getting set up for taking a little rest, having a time?
I wasn't sure if we were gonna go right into Ferris and Janan talking.
Nah.
I was like leaving space for that.
I definitely think like Lena's not gonna be able to sleep. I think Lena's just like, I'm just like pacing like a caged animal. Just like,
Yeah.
you know, just
by
like
the way,
what Lena
Doctor,
does.
you would notice that the uncovered shoulder that Zeke has is like completely covered in blood and in parts already like looking very misty and starry, almost like vanishing into
I think that's fine.
his wraith form.
Were you injured? We need.
Huh? Oh. Yeah. Kind of looks at Lena. This happened.
I said I was sorry.
Oh.
Sure.
I did.
Listen, if I wanted to actually
it
hurt
the
you, I would
guards?
hurt you. This was an accident.
Oh, it wasn't a fight between the two. It was okay.
No. I
No,
wasn't
no.
insinuating it was on purpose, but
Okay.
well, it did land
Thank-
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can- I
Friendly
can-
fire.
That. Let me just take a look.
Alika does pop out. You might want to move the bullet before you heal it up.
That is what I was going to do, but thank you. And pull out my scalpel and just kind of be like, okay, don't worry, this won't hurt much. And then just get the bullet
It's
out.
only
Yeah, as you reach-
excruciating.
As you reach inside, it's like the parts that are already wraithy, you just go through them. It doesn't hurt at all.
Oh, very nice. Get the bullet out before,
Yep.
and then I will use your AP and cast heal.
Which also heals Lena if
Yeah,
Lena
you
needs.
you both go to full. if you
Lena has
hadn't already.
taken. Lena took no damage.
I'm
at
sorry.
all.
Ooh, what is this?
Excuse?
I know, right?
Lena was standing on the other side of the scene from Arvis, so
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Nat. I'm gonna have to cast Lifelink again to make it so whenever Zeke takes damage, so does Lena. 'cause
No!
This doesn't seem right.
I mean, it's only
Fine.
fair.
Hey.
Both ways.
It's like the first session she's gotten out of something without taking any damage.
Pretty sure
It is a
Zeke and
little
Lena
off-brand.
are the people that take the most amount of damage. If you did
Oh.
that, we'd be dead in a
We would both
blink
be
of an
so dead.
eye.
I don't
They are
know.
damn
Ferris gets fucked up
sponges.
pretty often too.
Yeah,
I don't
but
think as
Lena
much
does
as much
crazy
as
stuff
Lena.
now.
It might be more than Zeke.
'Cause
Faris is just
Yeah.
self-sacrificing in battle, but Lena's just like, I'm gonna yeet myself off this thing.
well, and also I will be self-sacrificing so that Zeke does not get hurt, and then I will yeet myself
Yep.
off of this thing.
Intercept.
She's good at a
Sometimes
lot of things.
simultaneously.
Self-preservation is not one of them. These things happen.
Just be
Alright.
like- after healing, just be like, this I seem to slip through you at some point. Is this part of
Oh,
what happened
Yeah,
to
that
you before?
happens.
yeah, that tends to happen. Remember when we were in that cave with the dragon?
Yeah.
I was already, yeah. All of me turn like that. That's what happens when things get dire. But the bright side is that any physical interaction doesn't faze me at all. So yeah, easy for removing bullets, huh?
I guess so. All right. Log that in the back of my head.
It's just like sees the doctor kind of a bit preoccupied. Don't worry, I don't think it's anything dangerous. At least not like last time.
Well, you never know. But at the very least, it seems to be protecting you at in some way. So good for now.
Yeah. Silver linings and all that.
All right.
Well,
I'm going to go Just lean against the wall over there and try and rest a little bit. If you need me, I'll be over there.
Of course. Thank you.
We're gonna jump over to Ferris and Janan. Janan leads you down a cave, just away from this gathering. All the light sources are sequestered out there, so it gets quite dark. I imagine your weapon is still fiery and bright, so just casting long shadows down the cave behind Janan as she turns. And the first thing she does is she just turns in and takes a step forward and then puts her hands out to give Ferris a hug and then pauses like, is that okay?
Ferris goes in to hug her immediately.
Excellent. It's a short one though. So there's another reason why I want you to lie low for a few hours.
Not just all the Solari and all the guards in the city coming after us?
No, that's not it. There's a little bit more than that, of course.
Okay.
Did you see the sky?
Couldn't miss it.
The borders between here and the realm past the stars are thin right now. Can't you just feel it? The shadows move. And you see a little bit of that sense magic light appear in her eye, and she looks into the long shadows cast by your weapon.
Ferris does it too. Cast sense magic.
And there is this background movement, this energy. And it's not just a blanket. There are tendrils that move through the shadows, searching and touching.
So is this the power that the Radiant was trying to harness?
Not the
Or
power
is this a
directly.
result of...
This is the background. During the convergence, the barriers were thin, and someone who is smart might be able to bend that to their usage. Just
Right.
get a few hours out from the convergence, let the sun come out normally again. Everything should be fine. And just pray whatever that is doesn't find us.
Right. If someone did have that gem with the power in it from the convergence, is there any way to stop them?
They're not unstoppable. It's just a very potent type of magic. It can command things from the darkness in a way that is difficult.
I'm fairly certain that's what the man who has it now means to do with it. I think I saw him using these, and she points to the kind of writhing tendrils. But, you know, stronger and bigger and...
When did you see this?
That, what Camille talked about, the sight of the sun. I think
I guess it runs in the family.
I guess. I mean, I had never heard that term before. I don't know, is that common Solari magic? Or is it something else?
No. In another life, you'd be a very special Solari. Let's just put it that way.
So how does it work?
Look, I've just heard of it. I'm not super versed. Maybe talk to your brother. I know he's 9, but he seems quite good at it.
Yeah, better than me anyway.
As that's happening, you notice a darkening. Like, not that like light doesn't exist, but just every torch, every candle seems to be straining against the darkness as it encroaches.
Does this feel incredibly creepy and uncomfortable to you as well?
Maybe we shouldn't be out here alone.
You haven't been contacted by a man named Arvis, have you? I was worried that he might have.
When I was in the Golden Gear Company in the Empire, we took some jobs from someone of that name. Delivered a letter to you.
Yeah. Just stay away from him. Please.
Sure, so I've always been discerning about the work I take.
I know. But he's manipulative and powerful, and I don't want him to have any kind of power over you.
All right. Let's get back. As Ferris and Janan re-enter, I know Lena's pacing. Zake is probably attempting to comfort. That's just my guess. Like, maybe conversational up. Doctor leaned against a wall. Looks like he's conked out, standing up. What's Ro up to?
I think after like the adults sort of are split doing their own thing, Ro will like sidle up next to where Camille and Naima are, and they'll like rummage through their bag and be like, I don't have that many left, but if you're hungry, and they'll pull out like one kind of stale donut that they'll like break in half and offer each half out to Naima and Camille.
Camille's eyes go so wide, and he just snatches out the top donut, and Naima takes also grabs her end, and she goes to bite it, and then she sees Camille, and she's like, and she hands her half donut to Camille, so he gets a whole stale donut.
Aww. That was kind of my last one. I normally have more, but I didn't get to stop by Mr. Batinga's today.
This is really good.
Right? Mr. Batinga makes the best ones. When we get back to Valerith, we'll get you some fresh ones. They're even better, I promise.
At that point, Janan and Ferris make their way back into the room. This adorable scene of Camille with his mouth stuffed. And Zake, that's when everything gets a little weird. Wait, Robert, something you want to say first?
Excuse?
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 Here we go.
Yep. So everything stops. It's like when the hunters in Valerith had stopped time so they could fight their quarry. But it's just you. And you feel this tension straining around yourself. Something in your bag is vibrating, rapidly rattling. But before you're able to check what that is, you notice that your friends, they haven't just frozen, but they've become empty. When you look at Ferris, for instance, you see her silhouette, but the silhouette is cut out, and through it you can see a vision of a city with ropes overlaid in front of it, and light, and the reflection of the sky off an ocean. You look at Lena, you can see a darkened skyline looking out in the middle of the night with not but orange torches. You look at the doctor, and you see the pale tile of somewhere clean where those who are unfortunate go to die. You look at Ro, and you see the light of a battle in one of the murals from the inside of Crown Tower. Everything is... There's this tension that's building in the air. Things are trying to move, but they can't. And almost in a blink, you can see these tendrils from the shadows reaching out to the silhouettes that are your friends, touching into those connections. And you see these visions that you see through their silhouettes darkening. And something is still just rattling in your bag. What do you do?
Holy fuck. Ooh. I think as Zeke is analyzing each image like individually, he's just gonna quickly pat his bag and try and understand what's vibrating there inside.
It's the amulet that the historian gave you.
Fucking amulet that the historian gave me. Of course it is.
Golden with a couple wings.
Ooh. Yeah, so just feels it real fast, understands what it is, and like gives up immediately, like I have no idea what this is, and just jumps like running, dashing across to where Lena's silhouette is, and try to just like try and grab something, perch on to something, make sure that she's still there.
As you get close, you can't, your hands can't reach the edge of the silhouette. About 4 inches out, they get stopped. But the amulet in the bag starts to pull towards it.
To just take his hand, grasp it firmly in his hand, and try and see if the pull lets Zeke get any closer.
Yeah, it's actually almost trying to pull Zeke in now. Do you let it?
Yeah.
Delightful. As you...
Like that look at... Oh,
Hate that look.
that was the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Zeke
Thanks, I hate it.
dives into the portal silhouette of Lena.
Gosh.
Pain.
Can't stay away from Kurt's things.
Pain.
Yeah. So. Oh. So technically that would... timing. So, as you get pulled out, you find yourself on the streets of Valerith. A pale green light illuminates. Everything's just a little off, as if the memory of this is shattered just ever so slightly. And then off at the end of the street, you swear you looked that way already. You see Lena walking away.
Just shout immediately. Lena!
Lena doesn't react as she continues to walk away towards what you would imagine must have been home. Starfall Spire.
Yeah, just continue dashing, following Lena, seeing, not understanding what the hell is happening, but just wanting to make sure that Lena is okay.
You notice as you follow, her left hand is trembling slightly, and her right hand is holding something, frozen in place.
What is it?
The Wand of Lorelei.
Gosh.
As you see the Starfall Spire, a light at the end of the road. It almost falls into place at the edge of the memory. You see someone standing outside the Starfall Spire, holding a large metal cleaver. Mr. Batinga.
What is happening?
What is happening?
I guess at this moment, Zig kind of starts connecting the dots, right? Because he's definitely heard the story of the time that Batinga just cleaved Lena's shoulder.
Oh yeah, that seems like
that was
a thing
when
that Lena would have said at some point.
yeah. Because that was when Zake was unconscious, right?
Yeah. You want to see it playing out as you look at the spire in your mind. Roderick, your half-brother, lying to Ferris to get back into where Zake is unconscious. Ro watching from the window.
Yeah.
Then you feel this very intense sensation that something is watching you.
Of course it is. What is this? I don't... Is this what happened? Who's there? Just shout into the sky.
See those shadowy tendrils that you could see touching into the silhouettes of your friends. Just play around the outside of your vision, going to grasp around the memory in front of you. At this moment, Lena and Batinga jump into action. A flash of a blade, a flash of a cleaver.
What's the amulet doing at this point?
The amulet has found its way around to your neck and is at rest. As these tendrils start to play around your vision, you hear a voice. It says, "What are you doing here?" You must hear it. It's more just a hissing into the back of your occipital lobe.
Recoiling a bit from that weird sensation. I don't know just yet. There must be a reason. And Zay kind of starts running to where the tendrils are converging, almost as if trying to maintain himself in a clear vision instead of being engulfed.
You can see Lena's blood running down onto the sidewalk, and the voice hisses out, "How far can they follow?" As the tendrils leap into the back of Lena's head, and everything goes black. Next, you see Lena. Actually, we're going to take it from Lena's perspective this time, because that sounds more fun. Lena, we see a younger Lena, currently missing an arm, alone, running away from a wizard's tower in High Kenser. Tell me, what's going through Lena's head?
That's a me question.
Yeah, that's a you question.
Oh, pain. Well, yes, pain. I said it sarcastically, but yeah, lots of pain because her arm is gone. It's like a maelstrom of emotions. Like there's the immediate like physical pain, but she's also terrified and confused and trying to figure out how she's going to explain this when she gets back home. And also, so she's scared about that, and she's scared about the fact that Zeke is just gone. And she doesn't know what happened to them. And just like in a lot of pain, and there's a lot of blood, and there's not an arm where there should be an arm.
And as this memory is manifesting, Zeke, you realize at this point that you can still see the chamber in the mine. You can still feel yourself standing in front of Lena. And as you were watching this scene, it is weird because it's like you're existing at both at the same time. One as if current, the other as if a memory, and then it swaps the other way around and back. But back in the mine, you can see Lena, Robert, I will fight you, starts to bleed from her arm onto the ground. And Lena, I do need you to mark back in the mine. But this is all happening in just a moment, as the place you can take actions is in this memory. But Lena, you do take 3 points of damage.
Yeah, okay, sure. It's fine.
What is happening?
I don't know, but it's not good.
It's not good. Zeke, you find yourself in the darkness. You can... Oh, no. Oh, there's... No. Zeke, you find yourself in the darkness as farther out, near where Lena is where the world is illuminated. Out here, it is just dark void. And in this void, alongside this moment, a creature is leering at you. A face etched into the darkness. How can it follow us? Why is it here?
What the fuck? Circle just as noticing the creature stalking whatever is here with him and himself. As he was trying to run to reach the epicenter of this memory to get away from the tendrils, he's gonna suddenly stop and like try and reduce the heart rate to a bare minimum and just very slowly continue to walk in that direction, almost trying to lose whatever is looking in the shadows.
To start trying to follow Lena, you could start to feel her, the inside of her emotional state that tints the memory inflict around and onto you. The pain, the worry, the concern. You get this very weird emotion as you miss yourself. I don't know if Zake's existentially dreadful enough to be familiar with that emotion. You know, that's up to you. But in this,
no, definitely not. That just feels weird.
This tint of pain starts to be wielded by the darkness to try to throw up barricades. A wall erects between you and her, and I imagine that doesn't stop Zeke for long. He just climbs the damn thing.
Yeah.
But next, a couple night guards just out for a stroll. They look a little out of place, like they're rendered differently. Their existence isn't as tinged with the darkness and murkiness of memory.
Guards, do They seem to be
they look
actively
at you.
searching for something.
They see you.
Yeah.
They give you like they doing the like, what are you doing out this late?
What? Just like super confused, just looks around, not understanding what's happening. Just like, this can't be real. You're not real.
Hey, what are you doing out this late? Go back home. You don't belong here.
I don't belong here.
And when I
I
utter
don't
that
belong
part,
here.
Lena, you for the first time experienced something very weird, as this memory is a pretty vivid one for Lena. But now there's two versions of it. One version where it operates just as normal, and now another version where you ran into a couple guards who were yelling at someone in the street.
Fine.
Yeah.
It's not like my
But
brain
it's-
is broken now.
We're gonna keep exercising that muscle, but just it begins now.
Super excited. Super excited to be a part of this. just really happy.
So, what does Zake do if confronted with these Night Watch?
Does it like look familiar at all? Like a thing that Zach would be familiar with? Or does it seem like it belongs to someone else?
This is someone else's history. You do recognize these streets. There are maybe a slightly stylized version of High Kenser.
Mm-hmm. I think hearing that sentence, you don't belong here, you don't belong here, Zach's just gonna stop for a second and just repeat to himself, I don't belong here. Yeah. That's it. I don't belong here. And just like without answering, just continues to walk, like almost like trying to pass through the memory without like interacting with the guards. I am not
Delightful.
here. I don't belong here.
Megan, what kind of weapons would the guards in the High Kenser's Night Watch wield?
Swords. Boring.
All right.
Yeah. Swords.
The skirt of steel out of scabbard and a swing of a blade. Is Zake continuing to try to zen through it? All right. Why don't you roll the die?
Until it hurts.
Don't let them shut my brain out.
Okay.
I need my brain for smart making.
My God. Oh, why? So one.
Ah.
Well, season 4 will feature a new PC because Lena's brain got broken.
All right, so as this strike happens, Zake, you take 4 damage. You feel the blood run down your back as it cleaves through part of your cape. And as you do that, you let out a scream. A restrained,
A grunt.
But enough of its noise that Lena's head jerks in direction. And that's when Lena's memory really shatters into 2 pieces because now Zake is here. Being attacked by 2 guards. And Megan, I know we probably don't know it super well about Lena at this time, but what do you think Lena would do?
I think part of her would be super relieved, considering she just thinks that they're gone forever because she saw them get sucked into something that literally cut her arm off, so she assumes they're dead. So it's probably like a mixture of like a weird relief, but also like being really like scared to see them. Where it's like, I'm glad to see you, but what is going on?
And he does look older.
Yeah,
and
so I was gonna ask.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is years later.
Yeah, and he's bleeding. The other guard starts to raise a blade to strike at him again. What do you do?
I would probably like shout to him and be like, stop. Maybe like try to draw attention to myself, because it's like, hey, just I am but a poor weak girl walking through the city streets bleeding profusely. Please come and help me instead, because clearly I am helpless.
The guard whose sword is raised freezes in place, and just the head turns.
That's horrifying. Great. Love it.
And then the rest of the body adjusts and just almost fades into a more neutral position. Says, keep moving. Nothing to see here.
No, I need help. Can you help me?
The two guards look at each other. Can you roll the die?
I'm so scared. Oh my god. Alright, that's a 15. Oh god.
One of them says, I'll finish this, and starts to raise the sword again. The other goat turns and walks towards Lena. It's again like in this memory, because Lena, in a temporal fashion, can experience this memory shifting in the mind, in changing, writhing under itself. There are two versions of it now.
Two of them. And I don't have anything. I can't do anything. I'm just.
You can do things. I believe in you.
How close, like distance wise, is
Nearby.
weird older Zake and these guards?
Nearby.
Can I kind of like try to like run over to them?
Sure. You run to Zake, and the guard steps away and says, Miss, you're bleeding. Please.
They didn't do anything. Why are you attacking them?
They look at each other. He's a criminal and he's dangerous to you.
No. I know him. He's okay. He had gone to try to find help for me.
Nat?
It's like, what do you do at this point? Yeah.
Yeah. Would you say that probably Zake at this point, as Lena runs closer, would definitely notice the arm and the clothes that Lena's wearing?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And the younger complexion and whatnot.
Yep.
So I think it's not like totally wild to think, to start realizing that this is probably that fateful evening, and for some reasons are going differently because it's not supposed to be there.
Yeah, it's not supposed to happen like this. I'm not supposed to be here.
Lena is like, yeah. So as Lena is like interacting, and I see that she's bleeding, and he just thinks, if I mess with this more, then things might change. Lena might bleed out. She might not live, whatever. Zeke will just focus on the guard in front of him, take a deep breath, and just like immediately turn invisible and try to leave the scene so it can play out.
So as you're doing that, you turn invisible, take a step away. You can feel the amulet pull off your chest and pull towards Lena. You don't know if you want that affects your course of action at all, but it does happen. Lena, you clearly see Zake disappear again.
It's cool. Doesn't hurt any less the second time. This was not a good night for her.
I think Lena's going to take another 2 points of damage.
That feels right.
The tendrils move across her face, down at back in the mine.
So, as Zeke does that, does it seem like the guards return to their original, designated area, or?
The two guards look at each other and say, "He disappeared. Is he gone? Probably nearby. Why is he here? Why can they follow us?" As they've just basically started ignoring Lena.
Yeah. Zeke will take that distraction, which is probably less than the minute that invisibility lasts, and just tries to cover the distance between himself and Lena.
As you get to Lena, the amulet pulls off your neck, and you can feel a similar feeling to like when you were moving towards the silhouette portal of Lena. As feels like almost reality wants to break. Something's trying to move through and go somewhere. Do you touch her?
Yeah. Just with the bleeding especially, Zeke just thinks, whatever this is, let's just find some place where she's not in danger, and just grabs her.
Lena, you feel a hand on your shoulder, and as that happens, you see Zeke appear through the arm, unless the silhouette. The amulet, golden circle with two wings, hits his chest. And for a moment, there's relief, and then there's understanding as your mind shifts from Lena back then back to Lena now. And you, in fact, change your form. Clothes morph, your mechanical arm appears, hair gets a little bit different. You feel the pain that you've undergone, 5 hit points worth of damage. I'm sorry I couldn't do another 3, but Zeke did smart. The memory fades away partially. The scenery almost like a dim background, and these two guards look at each other annoyed.
Is this in the memory, or is this in the cave? We're in the cave again, or
you're in the memory. But now you're in the memory, but as the now. And yes, it's weird.
Gosh. Lena?
What is happening?
I'm not sure. But I think whatever's happening here is happening to the rest of them as well. Back in the cave.
And Lena, you too can feel yourself also back in the cave, a frozen moment in time, and see the rest of what's going on there. Have one of these silhouettes. And you have about a moment to contemplate that as these guards are going to charge Zeke. Swords brandished. But you two are protagonists, so you act first.
I'm gonna shoot one of them in the face.
Yeah, totally.
Yep.
Make me roll.
Yep. And that's a 19.
So that's 12 damage, and that's just...
Come. Gosh. Come for me in mine. Not in my head.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's a smooth 12 damage.
It strikes in, and the entity just almost like little pieces of their image shatter into triangles, tiny little pixelated triangles as they disappear. The other one continues to charge at Zeke, and you swear, like a moment earlier, you're looking, they were just like normal guards, but now it's like this hulking sized individual with a giant spiked club bearing down.
Is it still far away?
Oh, it's right up on you.
Okay, fine. So as Lena shoots the other one, and this creature morphs into this hulking entity, so we'll just take that and charge, disregarding for any semblance of safety whatsoever, and just try and finish the presence of this creature that seems to be influencing the memory through the active players in it, he thinks. So the plan is to see if we can dispatch it with one hit.
Sure. Hey guys, I did it. I got Zeke to attack something.
That's a 19.
Yes.
Which
Let's
means
go.
it's 8 damage with wild
Right.
attack.
You strike into this entity, strong and fierce. It grunts and then brings its club around to hit at Zeke hard. Hey, well, I'm gonna join the 19 club. I'm just going to smack Zeke for 6 damage.
Okay.
And narratively knock Zeke off his feet onto the partially rendered, partially shadow, the murky fog of memory sidewalk. As that's happening, you see the tendrils move throughout this outside of this little cloud of illumination, and you see out of Lena, moving reverse in time, a silhouetted version of herself, go back about 10 feet, holding the arm stump, and also roils into one of those silhouette portals as the tendrils start to move to go deeper back into Lena's memory. But it hasn't done it yet.
Can
Back to you, Lena.
Yeah, so I have this little thing called sneak attack that when a creature attacks something else, I can then exploit its focus.
So you're gonna sneak attack the big guy who just smacks Zeke?
Yes, I would like to do that, please.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, they're not a common or a minion, are they, by any chance?
They are actually.
Because I can spend 3 AP to just instantly kill a commoner or a minion.
Fucking do it.
So I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna, like, as they're attacking Zeke, I'm just gonna kind of, like, run up behind it and just, like, Assassin's Creed style, like, punch the back of their neck and just tink.
So actually, when the creature hits Zeke, you see as it pummels Zeke to the ground, knocks him off his feet. The immediate after the loud thud hits the ground, Zeke is still standing, but in his wraith form, completely starry, and like the phasing of the creature being surprised by that, Lena takes that advantage and just completely annihilates them.
Hell yeah. The tendrils snake into the silhouette portal of Lena. Oh, and you two are standing with a portal and one amulet, and starts to rattle again. Who's taking it?
Zeke just like rushes to where Lena fell the creature, and just goes, "Take my hand."
Yeah.
On 3.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, and jumps into the wispy silhouette.
All right.
The last place Lena wants to be is her own memory. God.
Well, you're in luck because you're the one who gets pulled through as the necklace yeets itself off of Zeke and onto Lena, and Lena tumbles through. But as you're tumbling through, you find yourself looking out over this skyline in the dark, and your stomach immediately drops as you immediately recognize what night it is.
No.
But then this voice whispered in the back of your mind goes, "That's won't do in our own history. No." And everything changes. It darkens and then almost gets this gray tone. And then starts to almost boot back up. And you find yourself in Shamsara? In the night? You feel like you could barely move, like there's a weight of 1,000 blocks of stone holding down each of your limbs. You see a man, dark skin, dark hair, packing up a bag. And then you hear footsteps coming down stairs. You see a very young Ferris walk down into this living room. She's maybe about 15. Hair, not so fiery, just brown, dark. Eyes, normal. Holding a cup. She looks at this man. And her eyes just fall. Does she say something, Isa?
She just stares at him for a moment. And then
He looks
very
back down.
quietly. What are you doing?
Starts packing back up the bag. You can see very clearly that he's packing to leave, but doesn't actually respond.
I asked you what you were doing, and I know that you don't seem to want to talk to me at all anymore, but like, it would really help if you could come upstairs and help me.
I think you and your mom will do better if I go and take a bit of a walk. And he heaves the bags onto his shoulder and starts to make a walk for the door. And Lena, you can see out the door is just this massing wall of these tendrils of darkness patched together. As he walks towards the door, Ferris, do you do anything?
Yeah, she's already started continuing down the steps and tries to block his way to the door. She's not, like, in Lena's perspective, like, Ferris is still kind of tall for her age, but she looks like nothing like the muscular, powerful physique that Lena knows. She's kind of gangly, looks a bit underfed, looks very tired, but she still has that, like, just determination that she, and as she turns to him, it's just like, you don't get to do this.
So she imagines that's this teenager Ferris standing in the doorway. From Lena's perspective, this patchwork wall of tendrils behind her. It's like, you don't get to do this. It says, get out of the way.
No.
This isn't your job.
Yeah, it's your job. You're supposed to be the one looking after her. I'm doing everything. And I'm looking after Naima and Camille.
Get out of the way.
Make me.
You don't know what I've been through. Get out of the way, Ferris.
But you've... Of course you only think about yourself. What you've been through, not what everyone in this house has been through. Your kids, your wife.
His hand tightens in a fist. He takes a step back. And then one of those darkened tendrils slides forward and just touches onto his foot. In that moment, he stands upright for a second, startled, and he doesn't quite look in place anymore, Lena. For Ferris, the memory starts to diverge. He leans forward and says, if you don't get out of the way, you're not going to get a choice in the matter, and I have to leave someone behind to take care of this.
You're a selfish piece of shit.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
And Lena, as he reaches forward, startlingly quickly, you can feel the weight on yourself lighten, as if whatever's changing how he acts is taking the focus away from whatever's holding you in place. Very quickly, grabs Ferris's arm and pulls very hard to jostle out of the way. And the memory at this point is you're experiencing that same thing I described to Lena, where there's two versions of it now. Because this is definitely not how it went last time. The proper time. And which one is real? And as they pulls Ferris off kilter, Ferris, you're going to take 2 damage.
Okay.
As this teenage gangly version gets pulled out of the way quite quickly. Lena, do you want to try anything?
Yeah, I wanted to, like, I was watching very closely, and I wanted to, like, as soon as he, like, made a move to, like, put his hands on her, I wanted to try to, like, grab him to stop him from doing that. Or
Okay, sure,
if he's
sure.
like holding on to her, like try to like pull him off or whatever. But
So
yeah,
he pulls her out of the way, and then you touch him with your mechanical hand.
yeah.
You kind of pull him open slightly, and there's this very weird moment where suddenly there's someone else, this strange woman with a mechanical arm who looks very pissed at this man.
Very small, very angry.
And the edges of this scene are darkened slightly. And Ferris, at this point, you start to feel a bit of a cloudiness in your brain, and you start to get this very strong sense fed into your brain that this woman is someone you need to be afraid of. Can you roll the die against that?
Great, this is fine. It's great. Fine.
So that's a 1.
Excellent. So I'd just like to point out that, like, one, the catastrophe, it's like the worst possible answer. So Isa, what do you think is the worst possible way Ferris could react in this scenario?
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna break your brain.
Start throwing hands.
All right.
I'm not gonna fight you, baby Ferris.
So baby Ferris, can you roll to attack Lena?
I will.
She's scrappy.
11.
No, baby Ferris.
So that's a mixed success. So I think it's either you do half damage, which should be like 1 damage, or you just like get a hold on her but don't actually hurt her.
I think Faris is just kind of, she's confused and afraid and upset already, so she's just lashing out in whatever way. So I don't think she's even trying to grab her, so I think it's just half damage.
All right, so Lena gets punched lightly across the face for a point of damage by...
Can I like let go of her dad and just like kind of like catch, like as she punches and goes to like pull, like if she's swinging around, like grab her hand like after she hits me. It's like 1 damage, whatever.
Yeah, totally. But as it's happening, her dad, almost out of nothing, pulls a knife out and lurches in at you.
Oh my god, I don't want to shoot another person in the face.
Oh, I'm sure that would have no trauma repercussions at all.
Farazar suddenly comes to, you killed my dad.
It was you that night.
You!
You did it. You're the
as-
small angry girl from my memory.
This knife slides between your ribs and does 3 damage.
This is fine.
But you catch Ferris's hand, and there's this kind of crackling tension that starts to build. But it doesn't just, like with Zeke, with touching you, it doesn't just happen. Maybe because it was Zeke, maybe because he was so important to the memory, maybe because you love him. You're not entirely sure, but here there's some of that tension, but it's not this immediate reversion. What do you do?
Like, I'm just gonna like look at Ferris and be like, I'm not supposed to be here, but I'm not here to
Yeah, what
hurt
are you-
anyone.
Doing in my house? Who is she? Is she what, your new girlfriend or something? She just yells
She's
at her
not
dad.
supposed to be here.
I'd leave if I knew how, but I don't.
What, you're about to walk out the door anyway? Take her with you. I don't fucking care.
I'm gonna like look out the door, and it's still like just like tendril zone
mean,
out there.
You can walk into the lattice work of tendrils if you want to. He was going to, at Ferris's suggestion, grab your arm and just gently try to push that way.
No.
Didn't think so.
thank you.
Didn't think so.
No, thank you. No, thank you. I will politely decline that by just like I pull away. Be like, I can't leave. I mean, I can, but not that way. But you should let him leave.
I don't care what he does anymore. But I don't know who you are or why you're here, so...
When Ferris says, I don't care what he does, there's this moment where, like, he kind of leans back and settles back into the memory. Sighs. Heaves the bags on his shoulder and just walks out the door. Closes it behind.
As soon as he closes the door, like the cup that was still in Ferris's hand, she just throws it, like moments before he shuts it, and then it just smashes against the door as it shuts.
You don't know me, but you may someday, and I just want you to know that you have the potential to be so amazing, and don't let whatever he did keep you from that.
Just looks really confused.
At this point, Ferris just freezes, and then the image just fades out from her, as you can see the skyline looking down from underneath Valerith upon Port Darlos, as she turns into another silhouette portal. The necklace just pulls.
I'm gonna go with it and really hope that whatever's on the other side doesn't hurt me.
Lena, as you pull through, this was abnormally bright. It was a sunny day. As you can see, off a few rope bridges away in the hangs is Ferris, and the woman who killed Corinne Nare Davician, carrying a statued version of Alika. And as you're watching, part of the bridge cuts, and the statue and Ferris tumble. Holding the statue by one hand as she hangs there is Ferris in the golden Soaring armor, holding the statuified version of Alika suspended in the air. And we're gonna go to break.
Excuse?
Oh man.
Sure, that makes sense.
You hurt my girlfriend. I swear to fucking God.
No. I don't hurt her. I can make her no longer exist. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, just erase all, memory
If
of her
Lena-
existence. Totally cool.
If Lena dies in Ferris's subconscious, does she become like a passenger inside of Ferris's brain?
Probably.
You die in the game, do you die for real?
He is the last person you want inside your brain telling you what to do.
Jump, Ferris, jump.
Just do it.
It's gonna be
No
so
problem.
cool. You're gonna look
You
so
look-
awesome.
Damn the
You might break
torpedoes.
your legs, but you'll look amazing. It's fine. You're okay.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, before we switch to break, just a quick reminder, we're raising funds for Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Week. So if you can, please consider donating. I'm gonna pop a donation link right into our chat for you, but also
Yeah.
all of our subs and bits and cheers are gonna be donated to the National MS Foundation. So if you got like an Amazon Prime subscription kicking around, that's still gonna get donated. So do it. Do it. Do it.
Hello, I'm Nat, the guide for Quest to the Soaring City. I'm going to run you through a lightning quick recap of Season 1, the story of betrayal, loyalty, and revenge. Our heroes of Starfall Spire don't begin as heroes at all, but recently freed prisoners of the crumbling regime of the horrible Baron Kovrax. In the newly free, flying city of Valerith, they're given ownership of Starfall Spire, a new home, a new beginning. They're approached by one Arvis von Hrinth, a former butler with a sinister voice, to retrieve an important artifact the opportunist and capitalist Lord Darnell is hiding from the city. They lie their way into Darnell's vault, fight off guardian automatons, and retrieve the Iron Eye, an artifact made by the Baron himself to command the infernal machinery imbued throughout Valerith. While the party passed off the Iron Eye to Arvis and celebrated in port, Darnell discovered the theft, stole into Starfall Spire, and dognapped Tiny, the party's wolf companion, and Rose's sister. Our intrepid band declines to betray Arvis to Darnell, and instead move to rescue Tiny immediately. At the worst possible moment, Zake disappears, sequestered off into the Shadow Realm his soul's entangled within. But they do it. They go head-to-head against Darnell's metallomancy magic, blood spills, iron rends, and they escape safely, with Tiny in tow. Lena had pacified Darnell by giving him a name, Nare, who, according to Arvis, was actually the assassin who killed an imperial noblewoman that Lena loved. The next day, Ferris unknowingly finds herself working alongside Nare after being recruited by Alika Saidu, a badass revolutionary leader and future Valerith counselor. Ferris and Nare save Alika's life after she gets petrified by a trap, but while Nare's friend Dart heals Alika, Darnell comes seeking the Iron Eye from Nare. Ferris steps up to protect her, and in a tense standoff, Darnell backs off to avoid a scene. Meanwhile, the Doctor, Volwyn Denor, is interrogated by Arvis over a dramatic chess game, asking about his homeland of Soaring. When the Doctor wins the game, he gets one question of Arvis, and learns that a catastrophe gathers from Soaring's mountain peak. As the day draws to a close, Nare confronts Lena, demanding answers, having discovered why Darnell was after her. Lena tries to take vengeance into her own hands by murdering her on the spot, but is deftly outmaneuvered. Nare flees, having learned why Lena wanted her dead. Time passes. Our heroes get a moment to reconnect, and the Doctor gets a mission for them. The party jumps off Valerith onto a colossal mushroom to retrieve an ingredient required to remedy the Gasping Shadow, a plague that afflicts thousands, including the Doctor. Along the way, the group gets sidetracked when Zake recklessly dives deeper seeking the Wand of Lorelei, a mysterious artifact shrouded in the same dark energy as the realm of Shattered Light where Zake's soul is entangled. Zake binds himself to the wand, and it, in turn, reaches inside of him, stopping his heart. keeping him alive by its own power. They emerge from the mushroom, left behind by the city, stranded in the rain. And then Arvis appears to them. By now our heroes were growing quite wary of Arvis. He'd given them the identity of an important assassin and warned of a catastrophe rumbling from the peaks of Soaring. Who was he? Certainly not some former butler, as he intoned. Now, as Valerith visited the imperial capital of Orlath, he offered to get them back onto the city in exchange for Ferris's influence over Alika on a pivotal matter. You see, the Empire needed Valerith to stop Suervain's catastrophe. The Knights of Sur intended to sunder necromancy from the world, an act that would kill any who'd ever been healed by dark magics. And only with the Soaring City could the Empire assault the impregnable mountaintop fortress of Suervain. Under duress, the party agrees to Arvis's terms to avoid getting stranded. However, they rapidly renege once home upon learning Arvis's plan for Valerith involved imperial occupation. In the Season 1 finale, Arvis uses the Iron Eye the party delivered to him in Episode 1 to slam Valerith to the ground as Imperial forces advance, intending to take the city. Meanwhile, Lena and Zeke fight Nare head-to-head and lose before striking an uneasy truce. In the midst of the fight, Alika appoints Ferris a vanguard of Valerith, and Darnell sacrifices himself to defend his city. Zeke admits his love for Lena, and they kiss, and desperate, our heroes throw a gambit, striking out at the Imperial Warwalker, and stealing the Iron Eye right from under Arvis's nose with the help of Rose obscuring fog. They fly the city up and away, wounded, but victorious. However, something dark got into Zeke on his last trip to the Shadow Realm. Who did Lena kiss? Him, or something more sinister? That, my friends, is revealed in Season 2. Heya, I'm Nat, back to recap Season 2 of Quest the Soaring City with alacrity. We return a week after the Empire's attempt to seize Valerith. The city is hiding low in a fog-choked canyon deep within Imperial territory, and Ro hath decreed it to be their birthday. They receive charming gifts from each hero, as well as Alika, the badass revolutionary that Ferris pines after. One touching birthday later, and our heroes resume their search for the second Iron Eye. Eyes do come in pairs, after all. They delve deep beneath the Soaring City's Julep Cemetery and encounter a cabal of skin-stealing devotees bent on the Baron's return. In heated battle against wrathful undead, Zeke employs the Wand of Lorelei to banish one skin thief, Fenestra, all the way to the realm of Shattered Light. Oh! But Zeke was actually being controlled by an entity trapped in that realm known as the Fear of Taken, so his actions may have had untoward intents behind them. When they do find the Iron Eye, it's guarded by a scythe-wielding, skull-masked knight who, spoiler alert, is Ro's father. His name is Rolst, and he clearly doesn't want to fight the party, but is magically compelled to attack Ro. By the end of her disastrous battle, only Lena remains standing between Ro and this terrifying enemy. Desperate, she grabs the wand from Zeke and just manages to banish Rolst, allowing an escape. But they'd learned one chilling detail. That Ro's death could return the Baron to life. Our heroes surfaced from the catacombs to find Valerith under siege by a mercenary company known as the Golden Gear, led by someone familiar to Ferris. She ventures out alone to meet the Golden Gear leader, surprised and delighted to find it to be her old Solari mentor, Janan, who's actually there to help Valerith escape Imperial pursuit, and advises Ferris to seek the aid of the Dawn, the first Solari ever. As that's happening, Shadowzake gets up to no good and shadows the head journalist of the Valerith paper, a diplomat from Suervain, an order of knights that want to sunder necromancy from the world, and their downstairs bakery owner, Mr. Batinga, bending them to the Fear's dark will. Then, Ferris gets served for negligent homicide by Dee's Pizzeria. Yeah. Valerith takes off, headed for the Knights of Sur. Ro and Everett, a fellow troublemaking kid, want to help Ferris, so they break into the pizza place for dirt. Instead, they find a closet full of stolen skin suits. They run, horrified, and are attacked on their way back by Rolst, who gives Ro donuts before fighting the kids. They make it away safe, but not before seeing Ro's mom, Liddell, at a distance. She's a terrifying undead warrior woman who needs to slay Ro to earn her eternal rest. Ferris reveals to Alika that she was originally sent to Valerith to kill her. She rebelled against orders, but still feels immensely guilty about it. Then, they both share that they've fallen for each other, but neither can set aside the guilt at putting themselves ahead of the city they both serve. Speaking of lovers' trouble, Lena meets the historian, a wizened but jaded observer of the world, and learns that Zeke has been taken over by this fear of Taken, and that trying to get him back is almost certainly futile. She also receives a mutagen that will allow her to talk to the real Zeke just one last time. She slips it into his drink. Real Zeke breaks through, reveals the people he shadowed, and asks Lena to take his life. She knocks him out instead, takes the wand, and runs to Arvis for help. Arvis offers an answer that requires killing Zeke and putting his soul into a new body. Lena agrees, but seems hesitant. So Arvis contacts an assassin, against her wishes, to do the killing part. The assassin, Roderick, easily gets to Zeke, but reveals he's Zake's brother and refuses to kill him. As Roderick flees, he's identified by Everett as his father? So Zeke and Everett are related? Wild. With Roderick gone, Ferris shares about the Dawn, and the party all venture out to meet her, bringing unconscious Zeke and Batinga in hopes she can help. The Dawn is a kindly and exceptionally old Solari, who teaches Ferris the powerful spell Last Light, and with its fearsome power, Ferris banishes the fear from Batinga and Zeke, the latter of who Lena promptly gives a long overdue smooch. A lot happens as the city approaches Sewervane. Lena and Ro infiltrate the castle to dispose of poisoned scones that evil Batinga had sent. Ferris and Falwyn save the shadowed Surian diplomat with the power of sapphic love and light magic. Ro puts on a necklace sent in a letter from Rolst, and it bores into their heart, giving the kid control over Valerith's flight. It also calls Ro's mother, Liddell, to Crown Tower to fight our heroes, which nearly kills Ro twice before Liddell escapes. Ferris and Alika finally put themselves first and kiss. Finally. Before we know it, the Knights of Sewer are putting the finishing touches on their magical spell to sunder necromancy from the world. Our heroes split into two groups. Lena, Zeke, and Ro delve beneath Sewervane to disrupt the ritual, while Falwyn and Ferris descend onto a platform wrought of sunlight to fight the Father of the Dawn, the spiritual and martial leader of the Knights. The battle above is pitched as the Father releases devastating strike after strike, but all they need is to buy time for Below Team to steal their way into Sewervane. Zeke leads the way into a grand cathedral chamber full of 100 scribes invoking their grand ritual. Strapped for time, Zeke relies on a lethal technique, Slayer. In an instant, he kills 50 of the scribes invoking the ritual, stopping it in its tracks. Above, the Father of the Dawn feels the ritual end, and in an act of utter spite, he calls a meteor down from the heavens to strike Valerith true. Our heroes have stopped the ritual, but the cost has been immense. However, even in darkest times can hope flourish. While soaring back to Valerith on Bird Row's back, Zeke proposes to Lena. She agrees, and they bind their stories together, from this step till their last.
And we're back.
Why, hello there. So we left off a bit of a dramatic moment, but first we're going to hear a word from Sam.
Hey everyone, just real quick, because first of all, thank you so much to Weave the Tale for the raid. Thanks to everybody who's been sticking around for that. If you don't know, March is Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Month, and we here at the Chromatic Chimera are doing a fundraiser for the National MS Society this week. It's running through Saturday the 27th. 100% of proceeds from subs, bits, and cheers and merch sales are all going to be donated to the National MS Society, which helps to fund research and resources for patients and their families who have multiple sclerosis, which is an autoimmune and neurological nervous system like affecting disorder. We greatly appreciate everybody's support, even if you can't donate. If you just, retweet us or hang around and just help to boost the views, it increases the chances of people donating for a very important cause. And Robert, did you have something to add, or you looked like you were about to speak, but I don't know if I just interrupted you.
No. I mean, you covered pretty much everything
Sweet.
Perfectly.
Nailed it. I'm done.
Back to Nat.
Roll credits.
Whoa, not credits, not credits. We gotta
All right,
gameplay.
thanks for being here, guys.
All right,
And
and then
Alika
we all-
was fine.
Take us out.
and we all
All right,
lived happily ever after.
So Ferris, you are hanging from a cut rope bridge underneath the flying city, holding onto a rope with one arm and holding onto a statue, petrified version of your girlfriend with the other.
Well, she's not my
But then
girlfriend
it's
yet.
also
Future girlfriend.
okay. But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
She's not going to be your girlfriend if you let her fall.
Also, we are kind of delving back in your memories with some spooky darkness magic, and Lena from the future is here.
Hi.
This is very accessible for the new people from the raid.
Super accessible.
Yeah. Yep. This is just, it's fine. It's
As
fine.
you are hanging there, you see an individual, hair paled with age, wrinkled white face, pinstripe suit, boots, and hand up, using his magnetic magic to hold himself levitating in the air, floats on down as Lord Brandon Darnell, he says.
This fuck.
Find yourself in a bit of a predicament, don't you, Ferris? And then Lena, because you're a few rope bridges away, you can see these tendrils of darkness stretching from the horizon into Darnell's back. Almost like puppeteer strings.
I have the worst idea I may have ever had
Oh my
Please.
god. Lena!
in my life.
Lena!
You see
how-
Darnell start to move his other hand, and you see strands of metal start to move out from his jacket pocket to strike at Ferris. What does Lena do?
I would like to. So you said I'm like rope or like a rope bridge over.
Yeah,
Or
it's some distance to cover. But like, if you're going to do
yeah.
something absurdly fun, I
Yeah.
would probably just say yes.
no,
You can try.
Yeah. So I want to just start running towards this scene, and when I get within, let's call it leaping distance.
Yep.
I would like to leap onto Darnell and just kind of like spider monkey him.
Sure. Come at you like a spider monkey.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I
As
may
you're
have had
running,
worse ideas, but nothing
Goodbye,
was coming
Alika.
to mind.
Goodbye, Paris.
as you're running, you have time because technically there's no dash equivalent in this game. You have
Yeah.
time to reload your gun hand if you want to.
Actually, yeah, I would love to do that. I mean,
Excellent.
this guy can control metal. It's probably not an issue with my arm made of metal and bullets made of metal, but we'll worry about that.
Look, you're
Or-
fighting Magneto and you have a metal arm. I'm not saying it's a good scenario. You're also
Like,
at 1
this
HP.
this is Wolverine fighting Magneto. It's fine.
Yeah.
I also have 1 HP. I mean, go big or go home.
So Darnell
die,
is
I
pulling a metallic strand of metal jacket forged into a spike that he's about to drive down into Ferris, who's
No,
hanging.
he's not.
And there's this a few 100-pound statue that she's holding on to, so it's really hampering her ability to get out of the way. And I'd like you to roll the die to spider monkey him.
I'm so scared.
Cute. So you jump at Darnell, and you grab on, and you rolled pretty well. It's not a triumph, but like I'm gonna, you rolled good enough that you grab his arms. And fun fact about Darnell is that's how he does. That's how he controls the magic. It's his hands. So the spike of metal starts to go all wobbly, and more importantly, when his right arm is messed with, he starts to go all wobbly and starts to sidle off diagonally with Lena on his back. And he just goes, "What are you doing? Let go of me. We're going to crash."
It's like, leave her alone.
You leave me alone.
That's not going
What?
to happen.
Ferris, during this break, Nare, who's up above, didn't fall off, was hanging on, but has grabbed a rope and chucks it down and she calls down, "Tie it around her."
Yeah, Faris is already. I mean, can she even do that?
Well,
Yes.
She hasn't got any hands free.
you're a protagonist, so you can roll the die to find a way.
Oh,
Just wrap your legs around the Alika statue and hold it tight.
use
Ferris
my
has
thigh.
powerful legs. Yeah, Ferris has powerful
Ferris
thighs. You
never
know it.
skips
Ferris
leg
does leg day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ferris never skips leg day.
Hey,
Not in
thick
that
thighs
tower.
save
16.
thick thighs save lives.
Thighs save lives. Yeah, I'm doing it. She just like wraps her legs around the statue, still holding on with one arm, and then just starts like looping the rope around the statue. Somehow manages to tie it in a secure way with one arm. I don't know. She's a soldier. They learn how to do knots, right?
Sure. You gingerly release it with your legs, and it kind of swings, and you see just a little piece of a couple of specks of the stone fall through the sky. And you start to climb upwards. While that's happening, Daro now, who's sidling off diagonally, starts to move his foot. And as he's doing that, a piece of a bar of metal floats out of his jacket, turns so that the circular stalk is facing Lena's face. And he starts to, and at this point, you're almost tumbling. You're almost starting to tumble sideways as he's now not only is his arm being messed with, but the platform he is standing on is now being used to provide components for new magic. And he's attempting. You can see it start to elongate towards your face to like pierce through your skull or something. What do
Yeah.
you do? Because like it does take some time because he's having to do it with his foot while falling through the sky.
Yeah. No doubt. Things are hard for him.
You know, Daro now really just faces the most hardship in this
he
game.
has a lot of it. He faces a lot of adversity.
He's a rich white man, of course he does.
Like he has it harder
Really?
than literally anybody else in the world. So if I'm like envisioning this correctly, which I might not because I'm very bad at visualizing things.
That's okay.
There are like ropes and shit all over the place because we're in the hangs. Yeah.
Yes.
like-
Now, notably, you're falling. So
Yeah.
if you let a little more time pass, you'll get beyond where the ropes and shit are.
Yeah, like if I wanted to kind of like scramble up him and jump off and try to grab another like rope, is there anything close enough that I might be able to do that?
Yeah, you could try to do that. Just like abandon ship.
Yeah, I'm such a mess. Yeah, just like
So I'll bundle this with trying to dodge the attack he's doing. So why don't
Okay,
you roll
yeah.
the die? And
It's been real, guys.
Why are you telling us how much HP you have?
that's also the number she rolled, sadly.
Megan.
So with a
been
natural
real.
one, a catastrophe happens.
Yep.
So I think Darnell's attack as you are leaping through the air, this bar elongates into a metal spike, strikes through your heart, and then sticks there in position. Your hand falters, the rope just slips right through your grasp as you tumble through the sky. And Ferris, you see Lena. She's too far away for you to really recognize the differences, really. Just falling. Heart pierced by metal. And as that happens, your armor starts to change from gold to white, trimmed and gilded. As you finish heaving the statue back up to the hangs, you transition into modern Ferris, who probably is a little confused and is no less concerned to see Lena falling through the sky, dying. But I feel like that was enough of an emotional hit from the future to cause the regression.
Yeah.
What do you do? Also, Darnell stabilizes and is looking kind of not glum, not slum. It's
Pissed.
no, when you're happy and you're smug. He's looking kind of smug.
Oh, fuck that guy. Could I still like?
It's okay. He might get sued in this timeline.
Could I? How the tables have turned.
Yes, there was no tort reform in this timeline.
Amazing.
Am I still able to like grab onto a rope myself and catch her? Like, because she's falling from the...
She's down... At this point, she'd already dropped down a chunk, and she's past all the ropes. You'd have to just free fall to try to catch her.
And then what?
The ropes are only ever long enough to save Zeke.
You
do I have like... Because I'm modern... Sorry?
You have everything.
Sorry,
also, Darno seems a little... Darno seems a little odd, because he's not rendered in the current memory. He wasn't here yet in the true memory. And you can you have an awareness of how the memory went normally and how this one's gone. And also of the cave, where you can definitely see Lena is dying, standing up. It's great. I'm not trying to offer solutions here. I'm just telling you how bad it is.
I know. I have two ideas. I'm just trying to figure out which one is the least bad. So she's just falling through the sky. There's like no city left next to her or anything to grab onto. It's just sky.
She's gonna fall and hit something in Port Darlos.
Okay.
Also, notably, you get that far down, it gets kind of fuzzy because this memory doesn't really have that clear of a memory of the port.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump off and grab Lena. Wait. Hang on, I need to think. I'm so sorry. Nope, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna jump onto Darnell's little floating disc thing and just like grab him around the neck.
Darno doesn't have a floating disc thing. He just has metal in his boots that he levitates with. Doesn't mean you couldn't necessarily do that, but it's like more of a hanging on him kind of situation.
Yeah, that's fine. I've got my arm around his throat, and I'm just gonna like whisper in his ear, "You catch her, you bring her back up here, or I'll slit your fucking throat."
Before you get there, as you jump off, Nara waves her arms, and because she has rope control magic.
Oh yeah, she does, doesn't
and
she?
rises a bunch of ropes together, knitting them together, and just puts a little loop around your ankle and yells, "You can catch her!"
Cool. I just kick myself off Darnell and fall after Lena.
Sure.
I kick him very hard.
Sure. Why don't you make me an attack? Why not?
Excuse you, that's the savior.
And you're like Graves too,
Valorith
right?
you just kicked?
Yeah. 13.
Okay, so that's a full success. You kick him for 2 damage.
Nice. He deserves it.
He yelps. Just miscreant.
Yeah, I just dive after Lena.
You're gonna have to roll the die to get to Lena. She was pretty farther down than you were.
Mm-hmm.
She's
That's
small.
13 again.
You dive fast as you can, racing after Lena. These ropes keep splitting themselves and retwining farther and farther because magic is rope magic to extend as you get closer and closer and closer, and the ground is approaching so quickly, and you dive and get your arms around her waist. The ropes then pull and slow you down, not just slamming taut, but actually decelerating.
As soon as I have my arms around
hands
her.
around Lena, ablation.
Yeah.
Yeah, go.
Yeah. So yeah, she heals to 6 hit points. As soon as Faris wraps around her arms around her, just this light pours into Lena, and she fills up with warm light.
And Lena, you have a metal bar with this pounding pain in your chest because it's still through your heart. Hanging upside down in what is a very poorly rendered Port Darlos. Hanging from the city. With Ferris' arms around you in her modern gleaming armor. And at this point, you hear a hiss in the back of your mind saying, too far away. And Ferris, a little silhouette, projects back up the rope about 30 meters, about 10 meters, and makes a little diving silhouette portal. But then it morphs. It's not Ferris anymore. It shows the doctor. His silhouette.
Lena, what's
Darrow now
happening?
disappears and the tendrils reach across and disappear inside.
Lena, what is happening? Are you okay? You're muted.
You're new nude.
Yeah.
Fucking Nunu.
She's like, sure, yeah, I'm fine. I don't
Where did you come from?
I
That was...
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I got here. I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm just
Were you...
here and I don't know.
Oh man, I'm just glad you're okay. What the fuck is that?
The
You feel
next
that
stop by the
tension,
look of it.
and the necklace starts to pull in that direction.
It's the next stop on the tour.
What tour?
It's complicated. If you want to try to come with me.
I mean... She kind of looks up to where she knows, like, Statue Alika is.
As you look up, you can see this memory being formed. Actually, to be precise, as you look at the mine, you can see back at this memory, looking up, remembering the other memory where Alika just is healed. And
Right.
they are all in your mind at the same time right now.
If I leave, Alika's gonna be okay, right? This isn't... Were you... Why do I remember you...
I shouldn't be here. I don't know how I got here, but I shouldn't be here. And wherever that leads, neither of us should be. But one of us has to go. Or both. You could try.
Nah, sorry, did you say that the portal thingy looks like the tendrils, the same tendrils that Faris has been seeing, like, in the prophecy, and that Janan showed her? Okay.
Yep, and they disappeared into Fallen.
Yeah. Well, I know what those... kind of know what those tendrils are, and they are not... I'll go with you. I need to go.
Lena, you know from your last time experience, the only one who's going to make it through.
God, I'm torn. It's like, protect Ferris, but Ferris also might know better.
I don't know, Ferris can last light this fucker.
I
You only have
think
6 HP.
I think I'm gonna pull the necklace off of myself and put it around Ferris's neck. Just be like, I'm pretty sure only one of us is gonna make it, and maybe
You're just gonna...
having this will make sure it's you. But if anyone can beat this thing, it's gonna be you. So I'm gonna try to go with you, but I hope it's you.
Maybe just like attach yourself to the rope just in case after I leave you just drop to the ground, because I wouldn't want that.
Well, I mean, I might just go back to where I came from if I don't go forward. I mean, I guess, but I'm just gonna... We'll just hold on to each other and see what happens.
And squeezes Lena a bit in the hug.
Yeah, I'll definitely squeeze back.
Transchronemic hugs.
Faris is gonna like grab hold of, because the rope's attached to her foot, so she's gonna like lean up and grab hold of it, and then kind of like pull Lena up so she can also grab it and be holding onto it, and they'll like climb
Lena's
up
a good
towards the
climber.
portal.
Yeah. And as you approach, the necklace pulls you, and Ferris just disappears into it. We need a stream Zach command. Falwyn. You find yourself holding the one single dose that you have to stabilize the gasping shadow inside someone. You're standing over someone who is dying of the gasping shadow. You know you have it. You know they have it. You could save either one. Can you tell me what the environment looks like around you?
So, around Falwyn, who is, well, not wearing a mask right now. There is a simple bed, a small room. It is very similar to a doctor's room when you would go see one, but more rudimentary. Scalpels, things like that. Sitting on a table just a little ways away from. More drab colors on the wall. And Falwyn's just looking down at this man, holding a vial. Just
Ferris, you find yourself above this building, on top, on the roof. You can see through the roof, down into this room below you, where Falwyn and this individual are. You can see the dark tendrils reaching into Falwyn's feet from the back. His hand shakes slightly and edges towards the individual at on the table. But as that happens, out of your own head, a tangle of this darkness flies out and forms into a humanoid figure. Gleaming armor, giant reflective sword. You see the Father of the Dawn standing before you. On the roof above, Falwyn below cannot hear you. He says, "Fancy seeing you again." As he goes to swing, just straight up trying to attack you. But you're the protagonist, you're at first.
Aris just growls at him. I don't have time for this. I'm gonna try and
I know you
smite
don't.
him.
All right, how much damage does that do?
That is... Excuse me. Smite. I'm sorry, I have to scroll through all my things. It's 10 damage.
All right, and what does that look like when Ferris smites this boy?
So he's raising his sword at her, and she instinctively sort of dodges backwards and does draw the spear, but obviously remembers what happens with last light last time. So as she raises her hand and the light starts to pool, instead it sort of becomes like fire that engulfs her whole hand and like sprouts out onto him and just engulfs him in flames.
As he's engulfed in flames, you can see down below the tendrils of shadow linking into Falwyn's little feet wane slightly. And as that happens, he strikes through the fire in a grand thrust. There goes the D20. Sinking a sword right into through Ferris's armor into her gut for 6 damage.
Okay.
And as that happens, you see the tendrils in Falwyn strengthen again. And Falwyn, as you experience that, you can feel in a kind of preconscious way this influence upon you, pushing you not to take this for yourself, but to make up for the wrong you've done. You and save this man on this table instead.
Owen will walk just a couple steps to grab syringe, plunge it into the vial, fling the liquid up into it. Steps over and then looks down.
And in the mine, in the cave, Ferris, and frankly, Zake and Lena, you can start to see the doctor begin to crumble into ash, just the beginning edges around it, as he raises this towards this man. And at that point, Ferris, you have an action in combat again.
Can I get down there?
I mean, it doesn't seem like Fallen can hear you, but there is ostensibly like a stone roof between you, and Sam's like eating face, like is very powerful. Well, you can
So
try
wait, I
to
can,
break the
like-
rules.
I can like see him through the stone.
Yeah, it seems that it wants you to watch. It wants you to see your friend eliminate himself.
I'm gonna blast through the stone with last light. Can I do that? And get down
you
there?
You can certainly fucking try. I think as you're doing that, the Father to Dawn lurches forward to attempt to reflect in. So I think
I mean, I'm not aiming it at him.
I know, but I think we're going to do a contested roll.
Okay. Damn it, I thought it wouldn't matter because I wasn't aiming it at him. That's a 17 though.
You rolled a 15. You're in
Oh my god.
as you actually as he goes to reflect into you, you actually roll off his back past him and blast it from approximately where he was standing, evaporating the roof. And Fallen, as you're standing there, suddenly crashing through the ceiling is this badass Vanguard of Valerith.
She does a superhero landing.
Yeah.
And she's glowing. She looks really cool. She just looks up at Falwyn. Panic on her face is like, don't do it. You don't know who I am, but just don't do it.
I have to.
Falwyn.
I will lean in.
I'm gonna run, grab him.
All right, so before you get to move, the Father Dawn dives down behind you and attempts to stab you in the back with his sword. Oh, but he misses.
Oh, do I get to counterattack him?
You do. But I would like you to... No, just fucking do it. Just fucking do it. Roll the die.
That is a 12.
That's a success in this case. So as he jumps down, following, you see this strange, badass woman bring her spear to bear and impale your uncle, who you definitely know.
Uncle, what are you?
Following. How much damage is that, Ferris?
3 from Blazing Avenger.
Sure. I feel like the mixed success was already built in.
She like shoves him away and then turns back to Falwyn and just grabs the hand that has the syringe in it and is like,
Falwyn, do you let her do that?
Just watched her and my uncle. And at this point, I would think that Falwyn would have his earliest spells.
Yeah. You make a judgment call about what you can do.
And as she goes to grab Falwyn's hand, just look to her eyes. I have made mistakes. I am not worth this.
yes,
My
you
uncle
are.
can
You
still
don't.
do well. I'm going to cast sleep on Ferris.
So, so Quest does have a rule when it comes to using abilities on fellow players that the request be required to be consent. Ferris, as a player, are you okay with this?
No, because Ferris doesn't want to be asleep. She wants to tell Falwyn.
Sorry, not Ferris. No, Izza, as a player, are you okay with this? Other words.
Oh, right. I mean,
Yeah,
because it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, as this happens, Ferris falls asleep. Your uncle looks at you. Says, done well. This one deserves execution. He heaves his sword and lines it up. Begins to line it up at her neck.
Why? What has she done? I mean,
More evil than I can recount. Her existence will ruin this world.
no, you must bring her. Oh, the council. They must make the decision.
Not today. Sometimes justice requires taking a step around the bureaucracy. And following at this point, like, this is pretty out of character for him. You're starting to get some of that, like, dissonance going on. And as he raises this sword up and starts to just hits the apex to bring it down across Ferris's neck, there's this flash, and you can see in the mine Ferris across the way begin to crumble to dust. And that brings you forward, and the mask appears on you as you see yourself, as you transition into your current self, as you see your uncle begin bringing the blade down to decapitate your friend. What do you do?
No! And just scythe in front of it to block the blow. With a force field as well.
We're gonna roll the die. We're gonna roll against each other. See if you can pull it off.
Please, Robert.
Size.
What'd you get?
19.
Oh, you're fucking. You only rolled a 10.
Get out of here.
So you bring the scythe forward and block the hit. You let the force smack it into Ferris gently and wake her up.
Yes. Just look down at him.
Ferris,
I'm sorry.
you wake up to see a scythe angle blocking a giant greatsword just rested against your neck. And you see modern Falwyn looking his uncle in the eyes. It's like, was always disappointed in you.
Falwyn is going to raise their right hand up, which is glowing light, and go, "You've only disappointed yourself, Uncle." And cast Magic Strike with an automatic hit, 4 damage.
Okay.
As beams of light just
Striking into him. Ooh, he's getting kind of hurt. Ferris, you have, I should say, like, the entity, the thing in the shadow is getting kind of hurt. Because every time you smack its things, it gets hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Ferris, you have a turn to act.
Looks up at Falwyn. You're definitely not going to stab me, right? And she's going to smite the darkness.
Smite it.
Smite it real good.
Alright. Not let's light it. Disappoint.
Ooh. Would you rather I last light it?
I mean, always. It's much more aesthetic spell.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to last light it. Because that dude is yeeted across the room.
Yeah. As you blast your light into the tendrils, reaching out, then they're still connected to Falwyn, actually. You blast amongst them, and you brighten this room. You get a hiss in the back of your head. Stop following me.
Stop fucking with me.
And Falwyn, just a couple paces away, silhouette moves back and appears, and then shrinks. Just to a tiny child. A baby, really.
Are you okay?
What's that over there?
So from what I've gathered, we can go in each other's memories. This darkness thing is trying to do something to change memories or the past or something, but it seems to be having an effect out there. You can tell, right?
Ah, yeah. You appear to be crumbling.
A lot less crumbling now than when she's
Yeah.
not about to get decapitated.
Yeah.
Right, there was a D at the end of that.
Yeah. I saw it happening to you too. That was why I blasted through the roof. I'm assuming that's Ro?
Yeah,
It's a tiny little hole. It's a tiny little hole, just the size of a baby.
So Lena gave me this so that I could come through to your memory. I think whoever's holding it is the only one that can go through. She points at the necklace.
Phone's gonna put their hand on your shoulder. Listen. The only one I could trust.
Fallen, at least please heal her.
That was gonna be the next part about my hand being on her shoulder.
Figured, but
And from the hand that is covered in light, more light just begins to pour out as it envelops you and seals your wound shut.
Thank
Go
you.
save roll.
so that was what? That was what? Like 2 last lights and a smite and a heal. How much AP did you just spend, Ferris?
I'm down to 32 now. I started the session with 47.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which I need to check that I spent the right amount for last light, but I'm pretty... Yeah, I did. Cool. I'm also going to cast shield on myself as Felwyn heals me. So I'm back up to full.
Hey, that's a great note, because, well, no, I guess it won't work. It's only 1 minute different.
Full Ferris.
I'm sorry for trying to kill your uncle again. For the first time.
Him. All right. Believe in you. What's going to happen to me when you...
I don't know. You might end up back in the cave? Or... I don't know.
You joined the club.
You guys are gonna hang out with Lena and Zake, wherever the fuck they are.
Falling through the sky!
Join us.
Okay. Get row. Get out. Back to the cave. This is fine.
You're
Everything's
cute if
fine.
you think it's gonna be that easy.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, come on, I haven't even had Arvis show up yet.
Oh,
Excuse?
fuck off.
Looks like Zake's getting out of this one trauma-free.
He's eight.
Let me in.
Okay,
All right,
Faris,
Ferris?
just sort of claps a hand on the doctor's shoulder, squeezes tight, and then we'll walk towards the portal.
And you get pulled in. Oh,
Just
as you're getting
Ferris.
pulled in.
Yeah. I love you. Like a friend, but...
Oh, that was
Like a sister.
confusing.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
same.
Yeah, I mean, like, same.
Don't know why that happens, but I'm so glad it did.
It's the doctor's mind thinking, just to get her, more on track, let her know that there are people who care about her, but saying it the wrong way.
This memory sequence is really just the Faris's friends support her sequence.
Yes.
All right. A carriage travels through the night. There's no moon above and a storm rages. 2 horses pull the carriage. Sam, you can see this carriage moving through the night. Your vision low to the ground, watching. You know you're supposed to be here. And a bolt of lightning. There's a flash. And you can see Liddell, standing just along the roadside where the carriage is supposed to cross. Ferris, in all this darkness, you can only see one little piece of light, a silvery glow in the lightning of a wolf. Large, powerful. Inside the carriage is a man holding a baby. Another rumble of thunder. Blade meets flesh. And the horses collapse to the ground, dispatched. The carriage rumbles to a stop against an embankment. And you can see this woman, Liddell, with her sword and her shield and this grayish complexion. Shock of orange hair. Undead in the same way you knew her. Stride to the door of the carriage. She snaps her hand. The carriage door throws open, and out tumbles this man. And this man holding this baby tumbles out. He doesn't seem particularly familiar to you. She hisses down to him. It's time you grew up. We don't have a daughter anymore. And with one clean swing of the sword, decapitates him.
Oh.
Not even surprised.
The head tumbles through the air. As the head tumbles through the air, that silver shape strides out of the darkness as the sword rises again to the child. Sam, as this giant silvery wolf comes and attacks this woman, do you want to roll for that?
Sure thing. Ooh, that's a 6.
All right. That's a mixed success in Quest, although it's weird because you roll a 6 and you're like, bad number, but it's not horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
So your options are either you partially put her off kilter. That's a cut. That was like a year ago.
Yeah.
Always with the babies making saving throws, Nat.
All right,
Not
so
speciality.
Sam, your options here are
Yes.
you can either toss her off kilter a little bit, but not hurt her, delay her, or you can just grab the baby.
Ooh, I think Silver knows his priority here is baby, so I think I'll sort of, she'll hear the snarling sound, and then this blur of gray, streaks past, and the baby is gone. And it's, swinging in, my wolf teeth.
A little
In
bit
a
of dive
bundle.
and roll, and then the baby's upheld, swung, and it's like...
And I've just got my hackles up, growling at her. Fur on end.
She looks up to the sky and says, "You're not going to make this easy, are you?" Ferris. You're nearby. The memory on this, the range of what is illuminated is so little. Most of it's just blackness. Maybe a little foliage.
Mm-hmm.
You're running towards the scene through the darkness. occasionally stumbling across things that you can't see. And you can see this wolf spurring off with this warrior, a hunter. You're nearby at this point. What would you like to do?
I mean, I think Faris can piece together what is happening here. Like,
I mean, you don't need to justify to me what you want to do.
Yeah.
And you've actually met Liddell. You fought her before. She looks pretty much the same as well.
And she knows vaguely sort of like what happened to Ro, so I think she just takes off running full pelt towards where Liddell is, and I think she's gonna thunderous word her, so that she gets pushed away from the wolf.
That's her trick, meanie.
Yeah. She gets pushed away from the wolf, takes 2 damage, and can't use special moves or abilities, whatever it's called.
She stumbles. The darkness, which you can almost not even see the tendrils in the space, dive into her and make a second one of her. A shadowy duplicate like Shadow Link. Shadow Liddell dives after Faris and is just gonna go for a good old-fashioned stab.
She can try.
That's a mixed success and a failure, which I know means a miss and a counterattack from Faris. That could have been like 20 damage if she just rolled really well.
Let me just check, because I think, can I counterattack a mixed success, or is it just a failure?
No, mixed successes become failures. Failures you can counterattack. That's how counterattack works.
So I get 2 counterattacks?
No, just 1.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were saying it was 2 attacks. That is a 13. Wow, a lot of 13s today.
Right, so she gets stabbed for 3.
Yep.
The other one is going to make a stab to try to cut the baby off from Silver's mouth. So, Ro, you can roll to prevent that.
Sure.
Or I should say Silver.
That's a 16.
That's a success. And then her second swing, she's gonna forgo that. Fuck it. And she just goes to stab the creature.
That scans.
Which is a failure, because these enemies can't.
Because they can't.
Yeah.
Oh, could I intercept that failure and then counterattack it? Because I'm nearby.
I think technically you're supposed to declare it before you know the result, but sure.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that was the rule. Anyway.
I'm pretty sure the intercept, the way it's worded, is intended to be before you know what the roll is, but
okay.
I'm okay with it today.
I rolled an 18. So Faris just darts away from the shadowy one and then kind of like sticks her spear in between Liddell and the wolf and just like smacks it into her face for 3
As you're
damage.
doing that, the shadowy one's going to lash out with a blade at you, which
fine.
is going to strike you for 5 damage.
Okay.
Finally, a real number. So, Silver and Faris, what do you do?
I still have the baby bundle, right?
That is correct.
I think for now I'm gonna sort of gently like turn and gently place it down on the ground and then position myself between it and these women, and I'm just gonna launch myself at it was the real Adele going after Silver, right? Not the shadow.
Yeah, that is
All right,
correct.
so Silver's just gonna launch himself right at her. Roll to attack.
Oh yeah.
Another 16.
That's 4 damage.
Nice.
Arr.
That one is not looking good.
Sorry, last turn I think I like zoned out while you were describing what happened after Thunderous Word. Did it actually affect Liddell because she was then able to make her shadowy thing?
The thing is, she didn't make the shadowy thing. The shadowy thing made another shadowy thing.
Oh, it's the tendrils, right?
Yeah. She just stabbed. She just stabbed.
Yeah. I am going to just Last Light Liddell, like the real one.
The real one. All right. If you say so.
So Faris sees the wolf tackle her and then waits for an opening and just like sticks her hand out, and this beam of light fires at Liddell, just trying to get her away from Ro. And she's going to kind of move so that she's standing in front of where the baby was placed on the floor.
Active defense, and that's an empowered last light.
Yep.
Yeah, that's 12 then.
Yep.
Well, that was quick. So you blast Real Dell.
If she dies in the dream, does she die for real?
We can only hope.
All right.
Blast her with last light, and as it happens, one of the runes on her outfit lights up this glowing green, and she just growls like fucking beasts, and then just she disappears. The shadowy one immediately bursts. At first you think it's disappearing, but then the tendrils rewrap themselves into multi-tendrilled form. It has a double crest row of descending eyes, a misshapen, distended maw with circular teeth, multiple tendrily arms with shadows that wrap almost like muscles, but wrong. It floats. It stares. Thing. And as it does that, it appears just the same in the mine. The tendrils formed to show its true existence. It says, you are not supposed to follow me. I wind and follow you. Give it to me.
What?
The eyes all zero in on the amulet around your neck.
Why would I do that?
Because you value their life. Three of the eyes turn to regard the baby.
There's no portal appearing or anything.
Nope. There's a moment as you almost imperceptibly you see it tense to lunge, but you're the protagonist, so you act first.
If I ask nicely, can there be a portal?
If he uses "Do you know who I am" against you, Nat.
Yeah, don't you know who Nunu is?
Can I use my shadow cutter to make her a portal?
Portal?
And y'all aren't here.
Yeah? Can't you
Ferris, what do you do?
There's always enough rope to save Zeke, so there's always enough portal to save Faris and Rogue.
What do you do?
I'm gonna lunge in front of Ro and plunge my hands into the darkness and last light it from inside.
Hell yeah. So you definitely can last light it. If you're trying to block it from the baby, I'd like you to roll the die.
Okay.
While that's happening, Sam, what does Silver do?
You said there were two of these things?
Just one.
Or was it just the one?
Just mini
Okay,
limbed
sorry, I
and
misunderstood.
grotesquely formed.
Shit, if I see... if I see that Ferris, who just helped me protect the babies dealing with this shadow thing, I think Silver's gonna sort of keep with his plan to try and just keep protecting baby. So I'm gonna try to sort of scoop it up again.
So you're gonna grab baby and run?
Distance. Yeah, I'm gonna try to like make it like into the tree line, right? Because we were on a road.
So Silver scoops baby Row up and just books. Big, strong wolf, fast as he can, and completely familiar with the terrain because Silver isn't relying on Row's memory. Silver is just here.
Go Silver.
He just disappears, a flash of light.
Should probably mention real quick that as Silver sort of zips past you, Ferris, you might recognize his like eyes and face from back when Row used to be wearing their hooded cloak all the time.
Oh.
Cubone, motherfuck.
Cubone's adorable. Don't you dare.
All right, so Ferris, what'd you roll?
16.
All right, this thing lunges. You dive in the way, plant, and project your light. You know you've dealt this thing 60 damage now collectively across these scenes. As you blast it full of light, it is going to retaliate by striking Ferris 4 times, plunging each of its tendrils into you.
Okay.
Oh look,
This is
4
fine.
successes.
No!
Okay.
They all like appear like the Sailor Scouts at the end of that Sailor Moon movie to just back her up and make her stronger so she doesn't die.
And we all hold hands so we can use
all
the
hold
power
hands.
stone.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
tendrils strike into you. Each one does 4 damage, so you're gonna take a total of 16 damage.
I'm down to 0.
All
This is
right.
fine.
Are you put down to 0 by more than 4? What were you at to start?
I was at
You were shielded in
11.
full.
Yeah, I was shielded
Yeah,
in
you're
full, but I
shielded full.
took damage from
took
something
5.
else. Yeah, so I was at 11.
So
and then...
you will have to roll the die and not roll below a 4.
Okay.
Or die.
Don't.
Can you please not roll below 4?
5.
Oh, no, that's uncomfortably close. I don't
dear.
like it.
As
I
each of
will
these
no
tendrils
longer-
strike into Ferris, you are panged by painful memories. But oddly enough, every time you get struck, you remember your friends. One of them vividly so, in a particularly painful memory, which is weird. But then Lena's there. But you managed to hold on. This creature almost, it's like the tension with the portals. It's almost shaking itself apart. It's forgotten the child. It's focused on you. It's distended maw. It looks hungry. It's your turn. It's taken 60. What do you do?
Oh my god. I don't know what to do.
You can feel yourself almost crumbling to ash back in the present in the mine. You are close to oblivion.
Okay. Okay. I don't know. I don't trust this fucking thing. If I give it the amulet, it might just kill me anyway.
It doesn't seem like the kind of creature to be particularly wheeling and dealing-y. So yeah, that's a decent instinct. You could just fight it. You'd be like, fuck it, last light again.
Yeah, but I'm at 0.
Yeah, you still take
Oh.
actions. They're harder.
You can heal yourself.
I could heal myself, but I can only heal myself to sit. Oh wait, I've got
And
my
Full restore.
full restore.
Are we playing
And
Pokemon now?
the thing is,
What's going on?
this thing hit you for 16 last time. That
Yeah, and
heals you to
that's-
13.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I know Silver left the scene, but would he potentially be able to come back to assist?
Maybe, but not until after Ferris decides what she's doing this turn.
Okay.
Swear to God,
I think
if you
she's
die,
gonna-
I will kill you.
I'm trying very hard. We also got given healing potions. What do they heal?
4.
Four. Okay.
Yeah.
Faris is gonna scramble away from underneath this thing.
As you do
And-
that, it whispers out, "Give me it. Then let me kill the Everlight. And then the rest of you."
The what now?
What's the Everlight? As she
Yeah,
scrambles away and drinks the full restore.
Do-do-do-do-do. You go back to
Yeah.
the 13, and as you ask out, the eyes flick towards where the wolf disappeared.
Oh.
Towards the baby. Silver is known to use a full restore in the final battle.
Why do you want them? They're just a baby.
I don't ask why. I just do as I'm told.
Told by who?
She.
Liddell.
Lorelei.
This
She who crafted my darkness. Get out of my way.
What if I could separate you from her?
I can run and fight whatever I want. I can adjust my history to intersect with yours and kill you before you know me. But you have that damn necklace. Give it to me. And you won't feel a thing.
That sounds like you're gonna kill me anyway.
But you'll be before. You won't feel it. Anyway, I just realized it's its turn.
Oh, can I not still do something on my turn?
No, you drank a potion.
Oh, I did. I drank the potion. She's like been trying to get as far away as possible, by the way.
Yeah. Is it gonna do anything more? I think it's just trying to do the murder. So instead of I think it's going to envelop you. It's going to open up that grand maw and just put you inside of it.
Okay.
Which is an ability that just works. Doesn't have to roll anything. And you find yourself tumbling through a you find yourself tumbling in a void of blackness, and then you feel yourself getting struck at from out of the darkness.
Okay.
And it's going to hit you twice for 8.
Cool. I'm at 0.
No, you were at 13. You took 8. That puts you at 5.
Oh, I thought you said each strike was 8. Okay.
No. For
Sorry.
total for 8. No.
All right.
You can see the eyes above you, just the 6 eyes, and just a portion of the mouth glowering down. And then you realize that it's actually inverted, and you're seeing the inside of that visage looking backwards through itself at you.
That's so creepy. I love it. Faris doesn't. Izza does.
It's your turn.
I'm gonna last light its face from the inside out.
How much damage does that do?
For 12.
You raise your hands to the up direction, sky, quote unquote, blasting this dual beam of light into its eyes, two of the eyes. You see the energy reach up and curl into the other eyes, and then begin to crack through this void around you. Like, crackled, breaking glass. The light breaking through it. And then it shatters. But it doesn't just shatter and just fall apart. It shatters with violence. Everything gets pulled in a direction as it tears itself apart. And you feel its presence getting torn through the different times it's connecting to all you in. And you can see in the mine it tearing into pieces in a direction. And Zake, all the way back there, standing with the amulet, you feel yourself get pulled along.
What?
Forward this time, not back. And you find yourself in an austere room, standing in front of a large window. You can see a broken cityscape outside this window. Motes of pieces of earth cling in the sky, broken. The planet is being rent. You can see something tearing through it. And then a voice from behind you calls out. A labored, hissing voice. I didn't think I'd see you again. You turn. You see an aged version of Arvis von Rinth. Pale beard and lines of deep age. Still wearing approximately the same outfit you saw him last time. The ruby gems along his cuffs. He regards the necklace. Says, he regards you in the necklace all alone. Says, so that's why that never worked.
Why am I still surprised it was your doing?
Guess it doesn't matter now.
Where are you? What time is this?
Our world is dying, Zake. I'm looking back, and I have failed. Sending that creature, that Crypsis. You just defeated it, spiraled us in a direction where this world wouldn't last long more. Oh. Not that that matters. Because now, things will be different. You reach forward to me, and you can make new decisions. Maybe this time it works out. Or maybe it was all predetermined from the start.
Marvis, I wish I knew what to answer here. I really don't. It feels like I've been whirled through different timelines, fractured memories, places that I don't understand. I wish I would be attentive enough or smart enough to play your little games. I just know that I'm done. I'm done, Arvis. I wish I could take credit for what happened, for us defeating this creature, this monstrosity you sent after us, but the truth is, it wasn't me. It was chance. It was luck. This thing was given to me, and I had no idea how to use it. And that's what you have to count on, Arvis. It doesn't matter how well you plan or how well you try. Because deep down, what matters is we're doing the right thing. And luck will always be on our side. Because we're on his. So no. You may want to try and explain again what you want from me, but cooperation, you won't get. I'm done with you.
I guess I deserve that. If truly you're done, we stand at a divide, held together on the dying grasp of a transchronemic creature's final vestiges of life. If you want to return things to normal, all you need do is step beyond what it can hold together. Just touch my hand. It can't facilitate that kind of connection. You muted. You're new-knowing.
Of course I am. One last time onto the breach of muting myself. Zeke just looks around at this like nightmarish landscape. Not like I have much choice.
It's the ultimate persuasion, isn't it?
It is.
Holds out a finger.
Very well. And Zeke steps forward and tries to make connection with Arvis.
Just touch
One
little
last
finger.
Hail Mary.
And the whole barely held together construct snaps. Zeke disappears. Arvis stands there. Cracks a smile and a kind of wryish smirk as the illusion fades away, and standing there is a quite old Zeke. Grabs the necklace around his neck, looks at it, and says, "It's my turn, dear." Back in the present, in the mine, really, very little has happened. Some of you are quite hurt now.
I'm fine. I took no damage.
Some of you are fine. Some...
I took no damage.
Brag about it.
Ferris, totally fine.
Ferris, how much AP did you spend?
I'm down to 21 now, and I started the session with 47.
Oh, still have more than me.
5 HP, baby.
I've spent 0 AP so far, and I've got 39 right now.
As you all snap back into reality, you are stood there as you all let out a collective gasp. This creature is dead. Pieces of shadow just sit like dead, like pieces of a dead body, but they just cast a shadow in place. And then you all are set here regarding the multiple versions of different memories you have now. Well, each one feels as real as the last, except mostly Ro.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does Ro remember shit? I don't think they could remember much if they can't hold up their own head yet.
Yeah.
That is the rule. I'm pretty sure that's science.
They still have a soft spot.
If you can't
Miss
hold your
Farris
head
doing
up,
some
you can't
baller
hold
shit.
memories.
Nunu, can we have a ruling on this?
On what? Sorry.
You are science, after all.
You're
I don't
That's
know.
true. That's true.
I don't work like that here. Out of office hours, folks.
Oh, ask you tomorrow.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
as she comes back to, Faris kind of gasps and stumbles forward and catches herself by like sticking her spear in the ground.
Yeah, so Lena definitely like falls to her knees, probably in a puddle of her own blood.
Yeah.
Is everybody hurt but Ro?
It's just the girls.
No, it was just,
Yeah, it's just a
Ferris.
girl.
It was just Ferris and Lena.
Nice.
Zeke stands there, completely ethereal, stars covering his entire body at 0 HP.
Oh shit!
I'd like to
That's my
point the
wife.
doctor might not take any damage, but he almost got dusted. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah.
We have potions. Take a potion. Zeke, you look great. by the
Ro
way.
can help
Just gotta
mend
walk
people
over to people and you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ro doesn't know what's
their
happening.
AP.
yeah. I think Lena's like on her like hands and knees, just like trying to like steady her heart.
You know what? Just for the flair of it, I'm not even gonna walk over. The doctor just holds a hand out and light pours forth and spends your 2 AP for anyone who wants healing.
I mean, if you just heal here, you can use my AP, and that'll heal me and Zeke together.
Oh, that's true.
That's
Oh, yeah.
completely valid, yeah.
I mean, unless you have a ton of. How much AP do you have? Do you want to
27.
split it? Oh.
Oh, wait, would
I mean, it doesn't
Ferris
matter. I'll still
healing
spend it.
Lena
It's fine.
in the past have healed Zake in a different timeline?
Oh!
How
what?
How strong is their life link? It's pretty damn strong.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's as strong as their love.
So I think like it definitely healed Zeke, but the question is, did it heal Zeke at a time that mattered?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, okay, my head.
Father Elena, also you have this vivid memory of like having a steel spike through your heart.
Yeah, I think I like reach for it. Just like... Does it feel like Zeke is okay? Like I know that they're like all starry and beautiful
Yeah.
looking right now, but like do I feel in my heart that things are okay?
In your heart of hearts, you can tell that Zeke is very confused.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
join the club, pal.
What's
think-
going
yeah, but-
on? Sorry.
Yeah, I'll say like I'll just like look up at Zeke and be like, "Were you there?"
Yeah? No? I don't think so. But yes.
Like I remember you were gone, and I remember you being gone, and then I also remember you not being gone.
You know what? It doesn't matter. We're here now, aren't we?
Yeah. I'm gonna look at Ferris and be like, I'm sorry your dad's such a prick.
Faris had been staring at Lena anyway, and her face just falls when Lena says that. And she like recomposes herself.
Weird side note, by the way. Ferris is currently wearing the necklace that Zake was wearing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Anyway.
Thanks for saving my life.
Of course. What else was I gonna do?
What's going on?
I wish I could tell you, Ro.
No idea.
Honestly.
Okay.
He's like,
so
who-
that was Lorelei.
I thought you got rid of her. I say to Zeke. Is she still here?
Who?
Well, she's-
Sorry, I'm
It.
very confused. I don't think so. Not here. She's out there. Somewhere.
Yeah, she still has power and control. It doesn't matter if it's with Zake or someone else.
The
This
lady
is-
from the wand?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Got what she
I
wanted.
met-
What did she want with
I met
us?
Arvis.
Where is he?
I'm not sure. He was old,
When
and
is he?
I think that's the actually the correct question.
What?
Does anyone know why this happened? What was the mission, at least?
Mill raises his hand.
Oh,
Camille?
brilliant! Yes,
Yeah,
Camille.
it's a soothsayer, of course, for you.
Please enlighten us.
We need to talk about this, by the way, but that... Another thing, what are you going to say now?
It seems that you got attacked by something that can move in time. So, like, when it attacked you on a, like, really particular level, it's kind of arbitrary. So why did it choose now? That's the question. By the way, I'm really glad you did great, but I knew you were going to do it, so it's okay.
Thanks, bro.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
So it,
But
what,
why?
chose to attack us in our, memories where we were vulnerable? Or going to make a bad decision?
Maybe.
Literally
But
all the
here,
memories.
right now, did you just do something that it would have wanted to make sure still happened?
I blasted one of the dark tenderly creatures from the inside out. And then it
I mean, in
stopped.
normal time, not weird ass memory time.
I mean, Arvis got the
Arvis getting them.
gem with the star nonsense in it, and also the wand with the other magic nonsense in it.
Yeah.
So, Lorelai did this, points at Ferris. She probably wanted to make sure that didn't get undone, but then wanted to get you all out of the picture.
So what, we beat
Yeah.
her temporarily?
This try.
She's scared of us.
Oh, a big scary immortal wizard is scared of us.
Shouldn't be. We
I did promise that I wouldn't let her go unpunished, and that I would do whatever was necessary to end her. So maybe that prompted something?
Or maybe it's this other guy who has it. I don't really know him that well, but like maybe he has some control over it still if he's really good.
He's pretty powerful.
I mean, he's really strong.
Yeah.
Anyway, that headache you're feeling, that's entirely normal. These things get really complicated.
Okay, good.
I'm perfectly fine.
Ro
Oh,
is
there
so
it is.
confused. Poor Ro is just like, what?
Adults are weird.
Adults are weird because they have zero context actually for like what's happening. What would,
Yeah.
would Ro have like seen or remembered anything in the current timeline while this stuff was happening?
Yeah, there would have been some really weird effects in the current time where you'd have like multiple overlapping memories of how people looked and the
Okay.
situation here. But it all
Okay.
would have been like in one moment, but there's a bunch of different copies of it with different visuals and experiences.
Okay.
All right, that's good to know because I was like, is Ro just like hanging out in normal time while all this is happening, eating stale
You're not-
donuts,
The
I was
doctor's just like,
vibing.
doctor was
Yeah.
asleep. He missed it all.
right? Ro's taking a nap. It's fine.
Yeah, they're vibing. It's fun. The rest
Okay.
of us are just like experiencing very
Oh, we
intense
lost
trauma.
a Nunu.
Oh no.
He'll
He
be
got sent to the Shadow Realm. Damn it. Whose memory is he in
To the
now?
shadow. Oh wait, no. Oh darn! I gotta go back now.
Hey, there he is.
Welcome back from the Shadow Realm, Nunu.
It's like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
Nunu, why were you at my 12th birthday party? That was weird.
Nice.
This is awkward.
It's weird, right?
Sorry about the cake, by the way.
I mean, these things happen.
She's still traumatized about it years later,
I am.
Nunu.
Clearly.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna look at Camille and be like, so you seem to know a lot about a lot of things. What now? Like, how long has
Well,
it been? Should we leave?
oh. Looks at his watch. Oh, it has been a couple hours.
Who bought him a watch?
Come on, what?
Yeah, he had a watch in the first instruction
did
sheet.
have a
He
watch.
does
Did.
time
Oh, yeah.
fuckery.
Is it
Of
a
course he
digital
wears a
watch?
watch.
Is it like a Power Rangers watch?
Yes.
It's a
One of
magpie
those-
watch.
One of those kiddie
And then see-
watches that's like
Calculator
waterproof
watch.
and smash proof.
And as he looks down at the watch, he goes, "Oh no, oh no,
What?
lost track of
Camille?
time. Fuck, he's coming."
Language.
Who?
You are a child.
What's
It's a
wrong?
radiant.
It does not
What-
even
what-
phase Faris. Who's coming?
Radiance, he's gonna be here
Oh.
in 37 seconds.
What are you talking about?
Well, then let's
Just
go.
grabs his hand.
Hmm.
Pulls him towards her.
It was gonna be an hour, 2 hours and 37 seconds, but then we fucking jumped through time. Sorry.
You all
Why
said that
didn't
we
you
were
tell
good
us
to take
this
a
earlier?
rest.
You know what? Never mind. Oh my god. Okay.
Less,
Cast shield on
less
herself.
screaming, more running.
What do we do?
What direction is he coming from?
Where's Janan? Help us out. Get us out of here.
John comes back and says, well, we can go out the west tunnels. Oh, they've got more over that direction, and the south tunnel. Yeah, that one too.
Is there a wall that's like 3 feet thick or less? I can make us a tunnel out.
Well, you can do it there, in that wall. But guess what's on the other side?
More
So-
enemies.
So we're just
So
fucked.
you're
Just
gonna laugh.
surrounded.
You're gonna laugh, but
So what can we do? I can turn into something big and eat them.
We could forget about the flower and bump back to Valerith.
But the doctor needs it.
I know.
But
We
we
could
also
come back.
kind of,
Could we come back another time?
yeah,
I mean,
kind of need to be
Here.
alive
Hey,
to
how
use the
capture
far
flower.
fire.
is it? Maybe I can fly and get one before we go back real quick.
because it's no good to us if we're dead or Inishams are in jail. At least if we have
Oh.
a chance to get out.
Camille grabs Ferris's hand.
Is it? Which is the way out that has the least enemies?
Right into the radiant, that tunnel.
Faris looks at the doctor and then Janan. We can blast our way out.
I can help a little bit. And Rose just gonna right there turn into a bear with the intent of like clearing a path for people.
Nice.
I'm gonna go and position myself in the direction of like the door that Camille was pointing and just kind of wait for everybody to tell me to go.
I don't mind this plan.
Janan, can you lead us to the cave if we find a way out of the city?
Yeah. She waves her hand, and Bird flies over the Night Howler onto your shoulder. She knows the way.
Oh, are you staying here? But if they find you, it's the same as if they find me. They'll
Be
kill
okay.
you. Come on.
I got tricks.
Obviously. Points at the owl. Thank you.
Oh,
Okay,
Barrow.
plan is... Sorry.
Barrow will just mentally be like, oh yeah, I can help everybody run faster too if you want.
Would that work
Yes.
on the owl? So that the owl
Yeah.
is going at the same speed as us?
Yeah. I'm also like, it's an
says
owl.
running, but-
Probably doing fine.
Okay, we blast through whatever forces he's brought with him, get past, I know the streets really well. The owl will lead us to the cave. I'll get us out of the city and then the owl will take us the rest of the way. It's the only way we're going to get the
Okay.
flower, right? Falwyn?
Following.
Following.
Fallon?
Let's go back home. With it.
But you need it.
Your lives are more important. Flowers get at any time.
We're here now. We can...
You okay?
Varys looks at Ro.
You hear
That's
boots stomping.
Fallon, this is your call. If this is what you want, then we'll go. But
I
if
can
we need
fight
this
him.
flower, we can go.
We're all... I mean, I'm willing to do this. I can fight him.
Ferris, you're not doing it alone.
I know.
Don't want to lose anyone else.
What do we do though? We still have to get out, don't we?
I can bring us home.
You can hear the Solari getting closer.
Let's go.
You need this cure though, Falwyn.
I know.
It'll be okay, sis.
You guys accept the gate.
Yeah.
So we have to.
Yeah, Rose following the others.
Lena's
Three
gonna grab
relevant
Zake's hand.
NPCs. The four relevant NPCs accept.
And Fallen stays behind.
Oh, you bastard!
You piece of fuck! No, I refuse! Fuck you!
You have no clue.
So something else unexpected happens as well. Was as the gate is enveloped, Ferris's hand lights up with that eye. And it imprints upon the ground a sigil of the same look, and then blazing like the sun, and then dissipates. Everyone disappears. Fallen is left standing there. The room is mere seconds later filled with Solari and Aaron, the Radiant himself. He's face to face with Fallen.
Hello there.
And we're gonna figure out what happens next season.
Oh my
That's
god!
that's what I think. That's what I think.
This is the worst
Wow.
finale
Robert, you are
ever.
You are never allowed to say shit about me stabbing you that one time. I should have stabbed you twice.
Listen, this is Nat's fault, all right? Put Fallen in a situation of a memory that made him feel that way.
No. Do not put this on Nat for once. Do not put this on Nat.
You're right. You're right.
I want to fight my own boss! Let me back!
You're right. It's Newman's fault again.
No.
Robert.
No.
This is unacceptable.
Can I?
Your fault.
Yo, if Fallon survives, Ro is gonna be so mad at them.
Oh, if
You've
Fallon
now
survives, we're
disappointed
gonna
a
kick their
bear
ass.
and Ro.
Yeah,
And
we're gonna kill
Barrow.
you ourselves.
And Barrow.
Hey, on the upside, Fallen will have more AP next season for the fight.
No, the next season is gonna be breaking his ass
my
out
God.
of a jail.
No, he stays there now. Robert just needs a new character. Sorry.
The bird
fuck it.
merchant scheme is not gonna work twice.
Fallen
Actually,
joins the Solari. Fallen joins the Solari.
Take
what's
that,
actually funny
Dad!
here? What's actually funny here is Fallen, because of Camille, Fallen still has a way out. But we'll see.
Ooh.
Not that we know.
Hey,
Yeah, does
He
Robert
can always
know?
just gate himself, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Technically.
Does he have to recast it, I thought? It's not like, is it a
Yeah,
permanent?
but he just has to
like...
spend
The
the AP
sigil's
again.
permanent until I cast a new sigil.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like you had to cast a new sigil, each time you cast it to okay.
and now what? You're just gonna make all of us sit in this for 2 weeks?
Seriously.
Really, it's like 3 weeks. We're 2 weeks off, so.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But Robert, we're gonna be so mean to you tomorrow.
Oh,
for the
yeah,
mask
you're gonna
game.
get bullied.
Listen.
Yeah.
We're gonna bully
Yeah.
you so
Character
bad,
cannot
and you
sit with
deserve
us.
it. You are going.
There's only 5 people playing masks tomorrow, right? Like
Yep.
the team is
5
just
people
5
play
I mean, as
masks,
far as I remember, yeah, that
Yeah.
seems right
Remember
to
fine,
me.
yeah.
we can like put Robert in his own little channel on the Discord and lock all of the other Discorders. Just a nice little timeout. Robert's thinking space.
Listen, I'm
The
sorry.
consequences
Robert.
zone.
You.
I thought it was really fun. It was a horrible decision, but I thought it was really fun.
It's
Wait,
been
you're
nice
gonna
playing
die.
with you. I'm sorry.
Fallen
that-
is dead.
I want,
Yeah.
No, like
And
like,
now
I'll be
Ro
real.
is never gonna get the cure either. Hope you're
Yeah.
happy.
like that was a baller move, and that's like some Lena level bad decision making, but also wise. Like
This
But
is what you
also,
get for
fuck
not
you.
being.
But
This is
also
what you
fuck
get for
you.
not being Megan. You can't get away with Lena level bad decision making.
you cannot. Only Megan can get away with Lena level bad decision making.
This
There's only
makes
room
it
in this group
past
for one
Lena
bad
level.
decision maker.
I did
This
technically
is-
have one more thing I wanted to do.
Nope, that's what you get.
Nope. Now you get 3 weeks
Nope,
of
the
now
not
one
you
more
can
doing the
stay in
thing.
it.
Robert, I'm not saying you can necessarily do it, but I want to know what were you wanting to do?
The doctor was gonna
Send it-
pull an herb out of under their cloak and just look at the radiant and go, and goodbye. Chew on the herb and cast feign death on themselves so they look dead.
Well, we can adjudicate that. In 3 weeks!
Oh my gosh.
You're gonna try to Romeo and Juliet this shit?
Briar
Because that went so fucking well! That
I was like,
always
oh my
goes great!
god, I loved them so much, and impales himself on his own spear.
Oh my god, you're gonna make me throw up my cheeseburger, Robert!
I'm sorry.
You're
Listen,
going to make me go get a cheeseburger and then throw it.
Well,
I
this
didn't
has
want to
been-
make this decision.
it's been the season 3 finale of Quest of Soaring
Really?
City.
You didn't want to do that? Who made you do it then? Who made the decision for
We,
you?
we were all like, we're ready to go.
Oh
We've
I
got
believe it was.
there.
I believe it
We've
was
got
Ezra.
last light.
Yeah, we're like, we're ready to fight. We've.
And I love it!
I'm just gonna like vibrate for 3 weeks. Like,
My guts hurt!
I'll be fine. That's
No,
not
you
a
won't.
monster. Oh.
Oh.
You gonna die.
die.
But fizzle, last light again.
Yeah.
You're gonna die so bad.
I'm sorry. Listen, rude.
We're gonna have to like what remains of Edith Fincher room and make it like a little shrine to your memory.
It's
Thank
okay,
you
it's
for-
okay. James says that he'll run 2 separate games of math. One
Wait,
for
okay.
5 people and one for Robert.
Oh, thank you, James. You are a kind, giving soul.
Like,
Let me-
Robert, did part of the crypsis stay inside you?
Yes.
Hey,
Okay.
Oh my
I'm
god.
dead. I'm done.
I know.
alright.
No, it's Falwyn. Falwyn is dead.
Well,
You're fine.
So is
I
I'm gonna
just
need you
wanted
to.
to last light Aaron. That's all I wanted.
and you
wouldn't give it to me. I just all I
we
want
know
was a
Izzy.
Pepsi.
Not from me.
Well, you could have said
well-
no.
Well, this has been the season 3 finale of Quest the Soaring City. Thank you all
Falwyn's finale.
for joining us.
Yeah, so
join
Izza,
us
I'm gonna need you to
in
make
3
new
weeks.
character art for me. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Yeah, join us in
I'm
3
charging
weeks.
you double.
All right.
Where the 5 of us in Fallen's new character will be here to follow up on what happened.
Oh
I
my
went to
god.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yup.
Oh my god. Oh
so
my god.
I'm just gonna start outros so that my
Yeah.
emotions don't spill out of this weak corporeal form.
Before we yell at Robert more.
Yeah,
I
before the
love you
cyberbullying
guys, I'm
really
sorry.
begins. We won't do that in front of you, chat. You're too pure and too precious for this world to witness all of us fighting.
Oh my
Hello, I'm
God.
Megan. I've been Lena, previously known as the worst decision maker in the Heroes of Starfall Spire. Now, I feel like I need to up the ante. So season 4 is going to see Lena making some very, very bad decisions.
No.
Please.
Are we all just gonna
You
try
made
to out
me
Lena
do this.
Lena? I think this is the new
Nothing.
thing.
Robert, you see what
Nobody
you
else-
did?
If Nat
Nobody-
didn't make
just
me
like-
do this, I made you do nothing.
Just like nobody out crazies Ophelia, nobody out Lena's Lena.
Oh my god.
You can find me most places you can find a person on the internet at MeganLynFTW, where I will follow me on Twitter, where I will surely be screaming for the next 3 weeks. Now what is yeah, you can find me here tomorrow playing masks with 5 of these people. And then Robert was
Wait,
playing
no,
his
yeah,
own
yeah, 5 of these
one-on-one
people. Yes, you're right.
Oh, damn it. Four of these people simultaneously plus 1. Which will be for continuing our charity week with our friend James at In the Meltdowns from the Magnificent Protean City Comics podcast. He will be running us through a wonderful one-shot. So come and join us same time tomorrow for that. You can also find me a week from tomorrow on the 30th on my show Unprepared, where I facilitate GMless and prepless games for my friends. We are playing the game Our Lady, written by my wonderful friend Jess. I'm very, very excited to play that. It's going to be a good time. And I also design games sometimes. I just published a new one, actually, for the first time in what felt like forever, about superheroes. Surprise! I really like superheroes. So you can check that out, and all of my other games at meganlynnftw.itch.io. Yeah, I guess that's it. I'm just gonna sit in my emotions and stew for a little bit, and I'll pass it over to Izza.
Actually, for reasons, can Robert go next?
All right, I'll pass it up to Robert, begrudgingly.
Wait, what reasons? Hi, I'm Robert. I played a now dead guy today. Thanks for being here. You can follow me on the internet at Voices of Robert, where I I honestly just betrayed the party again in a different way. That's my MO, apparently. I betray the party. Come here for my betrayal. That is what No Initiative is. I will be here tomorrow playing masks for the multiple of sclerosis, which I have, of course. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, I don't really. Go ahead, Izza. You can take this, unless Nat wants it badly.
No, I'll go next. Hi, I'm Nat. I've been the guide. Today was a weird session, but they're not normally like this. You can follow me at CrimeNat on Twitter if you liked this, or if you didn't. I'd like it. We'll be back for season 4 premiere in 2 weeks, and tomorrow for masks. I think
3
the confusion
weeks.
Yeah, after 2 weeks off. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Thank you.
April
Sam.
12th. April 12th is our season 4 premiere.
I think the confusion with the masks game tomorrow, as I said multiple times, it's masks with the quest crew. I think that's where the confusion came from. Or I just said
Definitely
the wrong
masks.
word. That could happen. We're playing masks.
It's definitely masks.
Also, I've been watching too much WandaVision because I have an after credit scene.
Oh.
Oh god, no, get me out of here.
Deep in the bowels of Valerith, through the twisting catacombs, we follow a silvery cord. As we come to, it snakes up behind on the backside of a red and gilded throne. As the camera pans around, we see a skeletal-faced, giant, plumed neckpiece, the regalia and royal visage of a now undead Baron Colvrax. And then that cuts, and I'm gonna pass it over to Sam, because we know where that silvery cord connects to.
What do we? I don't know. Hey everyone, I'm Sam. You can find me on Twitter at TheSamWisest. I am the Samwise Game G here on Twitch. I'm an admin here at the Chromatic Chimera. I'm our accessibility director. You can see me right back here tomorrow, of course, in our No Initiative Masks game. I'm also going to be here on Wednesday as we continue our fundraiser for Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Month. We have a special bonus all role play, like epilogue for our Agora's Bells campaign that recently wrapped. Come and hang out to see what the Wrong Turns have been up to in the past 10 years since the climactic finale episode. It's gonna be fucking good, trust me. So come and check that out on Wednesday. Thursday and Friday we also have some one-shots that are gonna be ran by some of our other admins. We're kind of working up the schedule still, so keep your eyes posted on our Twitter for that. And I think that's all I've got right now, at least. Oh wait, our podcast! Haha! If you are just catching us this last season and you want to catch up before next season, we are re-releasing our episodes as a podcast, so you can check us out on anchor.fm/noinitiative or just search for us on your favorite podcast platform. We update every Wednesday. And that's me now. I can drop that. Who hasn't gone? You know?
Yeah. Well, that all happened, and I understood about 31% of it. So I think that's a good percentage of things.
The
to
VOD's
understand.
gonna be a lot of fun for you later.
Yes. Anyway, I'm Nuno, played Zeke the Charmblade. Very excited to see what happens in season 4. But before that, yeah, tomorrow I'll be here as well playing Masks with James. So that's exciting as well. If you like what I do, or as Nat mentioned, you didn't like it but just want to follow out a spite, then you can follow me on Twitter and everywhere you follow people online at jnunutex. And that's it. I am just spent. Done. Take me away. Take me away.
Free us from this suffering. But thanks for hanging out with us, y'all.
Hey, I need to do
you
things.
still-
Hey, we still
So
need
because
Ezra.
I tried to toss it to you, and Nat made me send it to Robert, and I got confused.
It's okay.
And then I tried to toss
It's
it to you.
fine.
Is it doesn't get to go?
Hey, Izza, I don't know who I am anymore, but I played Faris. Who's gonna be very angry with Falwyn. Yeah, if you want to find out more about what I do, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Evil Clever Dog. I also have a YouTube channel that's also called Evil Clever Dog, where I post about cool cosplay and crafting stuff. I made a cool One Division video. Go watch it, please. I like it very much. I also do other streaming things. You can find me this Saturday. I'm doing a one-shot charity stream with the Legends podcast, which is like a superhero RPG podcast being run by the people who made the game. So if you want to find out more about that, you can go to @thelegendscast1 on Twitter. It's a really cool charity stream raising money for a charity that supports survivors of sexual and domestic abuse. So it's a really good cause. As well as that, beginning of April, me and Nat will be in a Spire campaign over on twitch.tv/FinTheBin. It's going to be with some really other cool people. It's going to be real cool, so come check that out too. Okay, I'm done. I have no memory of anything else that I'm doing in my life right now, so it's a miracle I managed to remember those things. I'm sure I forgot a million things that I'm in.
Thanks for hanging out. I'm tired.
It's been a
too.
trip, y'all.
Seriously.
Thank you, chat, for being so wonderful and coming on this journey with us.
For 3 seasons, nonetheless.
For
Like,
3
seriously.
seasons.
Thank you, everybody.
You're
Yeah, just 3 more seasons, a movie, and we're done.
in a movie, and then you're free.
So
We are.
what is? Well, I have a
go
big
ahead.
question. What is the movie version? Do we just play for like 8 hours straight or something?
I guess.
This
yeah,
is not
it
a
would have
Snyder
to.
cut.
It's-
I would
Yeah.
need so many pee breaks.
I'm fine with that. Oh goodness. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. We're gonna raid our good friend Runaway Robot on our way out. If you don't know, he was actually a member of before No Initiative was No Initiative. So make sure to give him a lot of ooh-woos in your chat. Okay,
Hells
do
yeah.
it.
He was part of
But-
some initiative.
Some initiative. There was actually a lot of initiative then.
Yeah,
It was
quite a bit of
called
it.
the Firm Zone.
Yeah, it was nothing but initiative in those days.
It's just only initiative.
Just initiative. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for coming to hang out. And remember, ooh-woos in chat. Do it.
Ooh,
Woo-woos in chat.
See you
in 3
tomorrow.
weeks.
See you tomorrow and in 3 weeks.
Yeah, tomorrow
Oh.
and in 3 weeks. And a raid is